Hello and welcome to WCBN FM Ann Arbor's live broadcast of Michigan hockey. I'm Morris Fabry, and I'm coming to you live from Yost Ice Arena for the Michigan Wolverines season opener here in this 2015-2016 hockey season. Today, the Wolverines are taking on the Mercyhurst Lakers out of Northeast Pennsylvania. The Lakers come into this game at 3-1, 2-0 in the Atlantic Hockey Conference. They finished last year at 15-4, losing in their conference championship to the Rochester Institute of Technology. Probably the most notable alum from Mercyhurst University is James Buster Douglas, well known for defeating Mike Tyson, and that's the kind of upset, or the kind of thing that Mercyhurst is going to have to do to pull out this upset here at Yost Ice Arena. The Wolverines, as talented as teams come in college hockey, they have reloaded since losing the likes of Zach Hyman, Dylan Larkin, and Andrew Kopp from last year. They have a group of freshmen ready to contribute. They started their exhibition during last week's 8-1 drubbing of the Toronto University Varsity Blues and looking to carry that momentum into today's game. The first line on the ice for the Wolverines today will be Justin Selman, Cristobal Nieves, and Kyle Connor. On defense for the Wolverines will be Zach Werenski and Michael Downing, returning from a thumb injury. In goal for the Wolverines, number one, the senior Steve Racine had a .905 save percentage last year for the Michigan Wolverines. Let in the lone goal the Wolverines gave up in the second period of their exhibition against Toronto, but he has gained the first start of the season. It'll be interesting to see if Coach Red Berenson, in his 32nd year with the Wolverines, opts to platoon his goalies throughout this game and throughout the season. At the helm in the other bench for the green and white Mercyhurst Lakers is head coach Rick Gotkin. He is in his 28th season for the Lakers. In net for Mercyhurst, number one, a sophomore, Brandon Wildung, made the team of the tournament in last year's Atlantic Hockey Conference tournament. Facing up at center ice is Josh Lammon against Nieves. Lammon wins the faceoff over to the right side and dumps the puck into the Michigan zone. Werenski chases it down in the corner, dumps it around the boards. Going up the right side is Connor, passes it up off the boards, trying to bounce it up to Nieves. It's intercepted and dumped back into Michigan zone by Kyle Dutra. Racine plays it behind the net to Werenski, takes his time, waiting for the offense to set up, gets it out to the right side to Downing. Downing, a long pass up the ice, is intercepted by Lester Lancaster. He's hit at center ice. And then Brian Seenerth dumps it into the zone from Mercyhurst. It's chased down by Kane Elliott. He's dispossessed by Werenski. Weaves through a couple Lakers, gets it up to Nieves near his own blue line, zips it up to Connor down the right side. Connor with a wrist shot save, made off the blocker. Gets his own rebound, clears it back out, and Boca can't handle a pass at the point. Nicholas Boca tracks it back towards center ice, passes it over to Cutler Martin, who will dump it in off of the referee. Taylor Best levels a hit on a Wolverine and dumps it back to Patrick Piacentini. His pass up the ice, intercepted by Boca, gets it to Comfort. Comfort cutting across center ice, dumps it into the zone. It's picked up by Piacentini for the Lakers. He is dispossessed by Comfort. Comfort passes it off the skate of Kyle, bounces into the Wolverine zone across the far side boards. The Wolverines going left to right across your dial. Mercyhurst going from right to left. Jonathan Charbonneau with the puck. Tried to pass it up across ice. His pass was behind his intended target. Now the Wolverines have it. Tyler Motte dumps it off the boards to Comfort on the right side. Comfort stops, holds the puck, now skates back into his own zone. Cross ice pass to Joseph Ciccone. Back up to Comfort along that left side. Circles around. Skating still in his own defensive zone. Out along the right side, near side boards. Tried to dump a pass up to Ciccone. Wasn't looking. Turns it over. Now Ciccone tied up along the boards by Tommaso Bucci. Bucci dumps it into the Wolverine zone and down into that left corner. It's tracked down by Boca. Plays it around the boards. Waiting for it is Philippe Drouin. He dumps it down low. The pass picked out by the Wolverines. And now Bucci has it behind Racine. He is bodied up against the boards. Ciccone and Boca in the air along with Bucci and another Mercyhurst Laker. Puck still being rattled around. Net lifted up. Puck loose in front of the net. Now bounces back to Bucci behind the net. Sends a pass out to the right point and past the outstretched stick of Drouin. It goes all the way down the ice, and playing it behind his net is Wildung. Plays it over to Drouin. Drouin passes it out to center ice to Seenerth. Seenerth dumps it into the Michigan zone. It's picked up there by Werenski, who swings it around the boards to Brendan Warren. Warren lets it go up to Calderone, who tries to drop it back to Warren, drops it back to Calderone, who gives it back to Werenski in his own zone. Werenski whiffs on a pass to Nolan DeYoung, who has to chase it down, dump it behind his own net to Werenski. Werenski soft pass up the right boards to Marody. Cooper Marody gains the zone for the Wolverines, skating along that right slot. Shot, save made. DeYoung tracks down the rebound, throws a pass toward the center. It's blocked away, and now fighting for it in the left corner is Calderone. Calderone loses it to Josh Lammon, who pokes it back to his teammate, skating behind that and bringing it up the left boards to Cena. Cena is leveled in his own zone. That was Werenski delivering the hit. Werenski got the puck, dumped it down low to Marody. Marody centering pass. Calderone shot whistles wide from the right circles. Tracked down at the left point by DeYoung. Gets it back to Werenski on the right point. He will dump it down low for Calderone. Playing it behind the net now is Brendan Warren. Warren shields the puck with his body. Gets it back out to the left point to DeYoung. Throws a shot. Deflection. Nothing doing for the Wolverines. Puck ricochets back into the right corner. Fighting for it are a couple of bodies. Now behind the net with it is Marody. Tracks back. Gives it back to Werenski at the right point. Risks a pass, deflected, and it'll be picked up by Lester Lancaster for Mercyhurst. Tries to lift it out of the zone. It's kept in by DeYoung, but ladled it right back to Michael Monteith, who lifts it up the ice. A scrum for it at center ice between Downing and Jack Riley. It's picked up now by Kane Elliott. Dumps it into the zone for the Mercyhurst Lakers. It's chased down by DeYoung. DeYoung gets tied up. Only clears it out to that right point. Piacentini throws a shot on net. Blocked. Tracked down by Taylor Best, dumps it behind the net to Jack Riley. Riley tied up there by DeYoung, gets it back to Elliott, back to the left point. Jeremy Wu throws a shot on net, deflected wide. No save there for Racine. Picked up by Elliott, dumps it down low to Riley in the left corner. DeYoung ties him up. Now it's poked behind the net, and chasing it down in the left corner for the Wolverines is Nico Pericos. He dumps it all the way up the ice. It is handled out there by Piacentini. Mercyhurst able to dump it back into the zone. It's tracked down by Downing. Plays it behind his own net to Cutler Martin. Martin harassed, gets it up to Schubert. Schubert across his own blue line now to Evan Allen across center ice. Allen dumps it in. Wolverines get a change. Justin Selman in pursuit. Ties up a couple Lakers and comes up with the puck in the right corner. Now Selman gets it out to Boca at the point. Boca plays it across to Martin. Fake the shot. Now throws it on that. Rebound is loose. They score! Nieves cleans it up in front of the net. It was a rebound on a shot from the point by Cutler Martin. Ricochet to him. He was just in the right spot at the right time and just lifted it into the top right corner with the backhand. That's Nieves' first goal of the season. Well, obviously, it's the first goal of the season for the Michigan Wolverines, and they are out to a 1-0 lead here with 15:15 to go in the first period. That was some fun back-and-forth hockey to start the game. Now facing up at center ice is Nieves, number 12, against his number 12 counterpart, Nathan Ferrero. Nieves wins the faceoff back to Downing, who plays it across to Werenski. Werenski throws a long pass into the zone. Ricochets right in front of the net. Great vision there by Werenski, but the pass is picked up by Brandon Wildung, and the Wolverines will have a face-off in their attacking zone in the left circle. It was and now Nieves will face off again against Ferrero in that left circle. Ref taking his time before dropping the puck. He drops it. Ferrero wins it back to Michael Verboom. Verboom plays it around the boards on the near side. Werenski keeps it in the zone. Dumps it back down to Kyle Connor. Connor cutting in on the right circle. Sorry, his shot goes wide, and it's poked out of the zone. Going the other way now is Tommaso Bucci. Mercyhurst with some numbers. Bucci's shot saved by Racine. Rebound still there, and bodies tangled up in front of the net is Nieves and Ferrer. They crashed into Racine, and the net came off its moorings. And now, of course, some extracurricular after that play. Real physical defense there by Nieves as the children of Yos erupt in their Civ, Civ, Civ chants, chastising the opposing goalie Wildung for letting in a goal so early. 3 shots to 2 in favor of Michigan early in this first period. 14:45 to go. The Wolverines leading 1-0 on the strength of the Nieves goal. I'd say the Wolverines have spent a little more time in their attacking zone. Credit to the defensemen, especially the likes of Zach Werenski, for being able to keep the puck in the zone, sustaining an attack for the Wolverines, wearing out the Mercyhurst Lakers, and that ultimately is what I think led to that goal for Nieves. We're paused now for a brief TV timeout as a Coke Zero ad airs on the big screen overlooking everything. Mercyhurst hockey is one of their only 2 sports where they are a Division I school. They also have a women's ice hockey team that is a Division I school. They also our Division I in men's rowing, and in fact won the men's rowing national championship in 2005 in the 4+ open category. I have no idea what that is. Mercyhurst wins the face-off. Lancaster dumps it into the zone. It's tracked down in that right corner by Kyle Dutra. Dutra tied up, about 5 bodies in there. Puck standing still. Now Comfort wins it out to Alex. Kyle plays it to the center to Motte. Motte across center ice, down this Nieves near side boards, turns with it, spins, dumps it into the zone. Tracking it down is Monteith. Tries to play it around the boards. DeYoung keeps it in, but surrenders the puck, and now going the other way with it is Mercyhurst, still in their own zone. Now a pass out to center ice to Dutra. Dutra dumps it into the zone. Mercyhurst gets a line change. The Wolverines get the puck. Nolan DeYoung has it now. Sends a pass up the right boards to Tyler Motte. Motte has it poked away from him by Wu. Wu plays it out toward his own blue line, and now skating the other way with some speed is Elliott. Kane Elliott cutting along that left side. Drops it off for Piacentini. He is railed against the boards by Comfort, and now coming up with the puck is Cutler Martin. Martin skating along that left side. Plays a saucer pass up past the stick of Kyle, and now Mercyhurst has it going the other way. Dumping it into the zone is number 19, Taylor Best. His dump pass tracked down by Martin. Martin plays it up to Cooper Marody. Deeks by a man behind his own blue line. Now across center ice, skating into the zone is Cooper Marody. Tries to cut toward the center, loses the puck. Calderone chases down and dumps it back down low to Marody behind the net. Marody skating out in front now, turns with it back behind the net. He's bodied off the puck, and it's picked up by Tyler Enns for Mercyhurst. He plays a pass off the board. It's bounced down now, picked up by Elliott. 2-on-1 for Mercyhurst. The shot and the goal at the other end. And that was Kyle Cook going the other way for the Mercyhurst Lakers. The puck ricocheted off of the boards, and I think it was Nicholas Boca at center ice tried to knock it down with his glove, but just knocked it right onto the stick of Cook. His momentum was lost, and sorry, I think that was that might have been Calderone, actually, at about center ice, who tried to knock it down with his glove, and it just landed on the stick of Cook. Mercyhurst had a 2-on-1. Cook opted for the shot and slid it right by Racine into that bottom left corner. We are tied at 1 here at Yost Ice Arena with 13:08 to go. The Wolverines win the faceoff. Werenski gives it across ice to Downing. Downing across center ice, dumps it into the zone, tracking it down along that right side is Evan Allen. He is tied up by a couple of Lakers. And now coming out of that scrum is Schuart. Schuart has it behind the net for the Wolverines, dumps it back over to Nico Pericos. Pericos in that right corner, back to Evan Allen along that right circle, loses the puck. And now Werenski has it back towards center ice, passes it across to Downing. Now toward Evan Allen, who dumps it back into the zone. The Wolverines will get a semi-line change. Now coming up with the other way is Mercyhurst. It'll be Ferrero passing it to himself off the ref, gaining the zone, losing the puck, though, as Zach Werenski takes it from him. Werenski able to clear the zone to Jeremy Wu, who sent it back into the zone, and a whistle blows. Not sure what the offense is. I'd imagine it is a penalty, as the ref blew it as soon as Mercyhurst touched the puck, and it indeed is a penalty. Nathan Ferrero will go to the box for the Lakers, so the Wolverines will be on a power play here with 12:23 to go in the period. On the ice for Michigan is the line of Nieves, Selman, Calderone, Kyle Connor, and Zach Werenski facing off in that right circle. They win the faceoff back to Connor at the right point, cuts down low into that right circle, pass out in front, shot Calderone, rebound, save made by Wildung. Calderone looked to have an open net. If he was able to lift the puck over that right pad of Wildung, it would have been the second goal of the game right off the bat for the Wolverines. Instead, Wildung able to get over there, make the save, and keep this game tied at 1. Wolverines now facing off in the left circle of the attacking zone, and fantastic vision by Connor to find Calderone open in front of the net. It'll be Nieves facing off against Riley. And they dump it back down into the corner. Selman plays it back to Nieves along those left boards. Nieves bodied up. It's tapped back into the zone by Werenski, and now poked back out to center ice, where Selman will pick it up and play it over to Connor. Connor back skating into his own defensive left circle, dumps it off to Werenski. Werenski across the blue line with speed, dumps it back to Selman at the right point, plays it to the center to Nieves. Nieves, a wrist shot, blocked and bounces high in the air, where it's tracked down in the right corner by Connor. Tried to play a pass back to the point, but it instead lifted and dumped all the way down the ice by Mercyhurst. Racine goes out to play it, almost trips over himself and falls, but keeps his feet, dumps it off to Werenski. Heading the other way, passes it up to Comfort. Comfort across the blue line, leaves it off to Marody at the right point, stops there. Centering pass to Downing, skating back toward that right circle. Downing holding on to the pucks, getting back toward the center. Cross ice pass to Comfer. Comfer across to Marody. The shot off the post. Bounces up off the boards. It's still in the zone. Playing it behind his own net or behind the net is Alex Kyle. Back to Comfer. Comfer back to the point to Downing. Downing holds with it. Falls over himself. And almost going the other way was Kane Elliott. And Downing just tripped him. Inexcusable there by Michael Downing. Just blew the power play for the Wolverines and will be headed to the box for a 2-minute minor himself, and he slams his stick against the boards in frustration. That's the second time in as many minutes where the Wolverines skaters just, well, first it was Racine, who's not exactly a skater, but then Downing just tripped over himself, so we'll be playing 4-on-4 for the next 47 seconds, after which Mercyhurst will have a 1-minute and 13-second power play. Josh Lammon facing off with Schuert. Schuert wins the faceoff, fighting forward in his defensive left circle. It's taken away there by Verboom. Verboom's pass picked off by Warren. Now going the other way is Schuert. Schuert has Warren on his left. Schuert, the shot ricochets just high. And now going the other way with some speed are the Lakers. Getting into the zone. The pass into the center. The save, Racine. The puck is in the net now, and a goal for Mercyhurst. That was Lester Lancaster, the defenseman for Mercyhurst, who backhanded it in front of the net. Looked like Racine did not know where it was, but you could see just below his body the puck trickling beyond that goal line, and Mercyhurst has taken the lead here 2-1 with 10:47 to go here in the first period. It was basically a counter-attacking move. It might have been rammed into the net there at the last couple inches by Josh Lammon, who was cleaning up after Lancaster streaked into the Wolverine zone, but that's been the case on both goals that the Wolverines have surrendered so far. I think they are reviewing to make sure that this was a goal, but to me it looked like it did cross the goal line. Both of the goals the Wolverines have surrendered have been odd man rushes for the Mercyhurst Lakers, which is mostly just a lack of defensive discipline or defensive awareness, knowledge of positioning. If I had played hockey ever in my life, I would have a more informed perspective on this, but I mean, the basic principle of it all is that these odd man rushes cannot happen. Ref comes out of the review booth and awards a goal to the Lakers. They lead this one 2-1. Racine, not exactly impressive out of the gate. There wasn't a ton. It's not a save he should be expected to make, but at the same time, it's a save that his team sorely needed him to make. We are still 4-on-4. Downing and Ferrero still in the box for either team. Minute 37 to go on the Downing penalty. 24 seconds to go on the Ferrero penalty. Nieves will face off at center ice against Taylor Best. Puck is down. Nieves ties up the face-off. It goes over toward the far side boards. Selman tries to play it into the zone. He is bodied up, and now the puck falls out to DeYoung. DeYoung dumps it off to Selman. Selman stops, throws a pass down low, where it'll be chased off down low by Nieves. Nieves plays it over to DeYoung in the over for Nathan Ferrero for the green and white Lakers, and they have the puck behind their own net. They will leave it off to number 25, Philippe Drouin. Drouin skating up the center of the ice. Makes it out of the zone, dumps it into the Wolverine zone. It goes behind the net, tracked down, sent out to Lancaster. Lancaster to the right side to Drouin. Back into the circle. Now back to Drouin at the point. Over to Lancaster on the left side. Back up top to Drouin. Drouin fakes a shot. Now takes a shot. It's bouncing around just wide of the net. Tracked down there by Brian Seenerth. That got to the point to Lancaster. Over to Drouin. Drouin has it poked off his stick, but he holds on to it. Now back to Lancaster. Wrist shot ricochets. Blocked down. Bounces behind the net. It's tracked down there by Taylor Best. Fighting for it is DeYoung. DeYoung looks like he has it, and now Comfer intercepts a pass back to the point. Motte and Comfer going 2-on-2 the other way. Motte gains the zone, dumps it off to Comfer. Comfer cuts toward the middle, holds onto the puck, takes a wrist shot, and the save is made. Chopped out of the air by Motte, but it goes wide of the net, and it's picked up by the Lakers. 8 seconds left now, 7 on the penalty to Michael Downing, who looks raring to go. Get out of that box, Michael Downing. Drouin has it behind his own net. Tried to send a pass off the boards up the right side. It's deflected into the Wolverine zone. Tracked down and taking it behind the net is Werenski. Werenski skating out up that left side. Plays it up to Warren, plays it back to Werenski. Werenski centering pass deflected toward the net. Picked up behind the net by Werenski. He's gone the full length of the ice. Still has the puck. Plays it across to Cutler Martin. Slap shot from the point. Deflection. Rebound. Nobody there to pick it up for the Wolverines. Going the other way and dumping it down the ice is Tommaso Bucci. Looked like he tried to play it off the boards and directly toward Racine to avoid an icing, but had no such luck. It will be an icing, and the Wolverines will have a face-off in their attacking zone with 8:41 to go here in the first period. Just a reminder, you are listening to WCBN FM Ann Arbor's broadcast of Michigan hockey. Thanks to those of you who have tuned in. 2-1, Mercyhurst leads this one with 8:41 to go in the first period. It'll be Marody, Warren, and Calderone on the ice for the Wolverines. They win it back to Boca. Shot on net by Downing. Save made. Rebound tied up, and now a wraparound attempt by Marody into an open net, deflected off his stick by a Mercyhurst defenseman. Now tied up behind the net. Piacentini plays it along those right far side boards. It's picked up at center ice. Now Boca has it for the Wolverines. Skates into the zone, cuts, centering pass, Marody shot, rebound loose, and falling down is Wildung, but with the puck behind the net is Kyle Cook. His pass taken away. Now Calderone, a wrist shot, blocked down, and Cook comes up with it for Mercyhurst. Plays a pass off the boards. Now one-on-one the other way with it are the Lakers, and dumping it up and out of the zone for Mercyhurst there was number 11, Jonathan Charbonneau. Charbonneau looked like he could have taken on a man and tried to get in on net, but instead just didn't quite have full control of himself or the puck and lost it out of play. 8:01 to go here in the first period. Michigan with 10 shots to Mercyhurst's 6, but where it counts on the scoreboard, they trail 2-1. Looks like we are paused right now for a TV timeout. I don't think there are any TV outlets actually carrying this game, but nonetheless, we got to get in good practice for pausing when TV is actually carrying these games. 8:01 to go, updating you on some of the stats. The goal scorer for the Wolverines is Nieves. Our stat broadcast feed is actually shut down at the moment, so I can't tell you exactly who has the goals, but going just from memory, I believe that Josh Lammon would have been credited with Mercyhurst's second goal, and the first one was Kane Elliott streaking into the zone and wristing one past Steve Racine. We're about ready to get back underway. Either way, the Wolverines facing off in the right circle of their defensive zone. Derek Barash loses the faceoff to JT Comfort. DeYoung tracks it down, plays it out to the left point. It's kept in by Enns. Coming out of his net to save that one is Racine. Barash picks it up, plays it down low to Charbonneau, back to the left point to Enns. Wrist shot blocked down by Motte. Enns comes up with his own rebound, throws it back toward the net. It's blocked down. Now Kyle Cook trying to come up with it for Mercyhurst, but Comfort does for the Wolverines. And now Motte skates into the zone along those right side boards. Motte crashing harder than that, throws a backhand shot. It is wide and is slapped up and out of the zone. Comfort gloves it at center ice. Backhand pass across to Motte. Motte in open ice. Skates in. Shot. Save made with the right blocker by Wildung. Motte from the slot was denied. Now the rebound back down in that left corner. Comfort fighting with Barash. Ford is played behind the net by Mercyhurst. They're tracking back to their own defensive corner. Now with it is Tyler Enns. Enns backhands it back behind his own net. And now a pass up the ice intercepted by Kyle Connor. Tried to hold it in at the blue line. And Kyle, coming from inside the blue line, touched the puck, and that will be an offsides. We will have a face-off just outside of the Wolverines' attacking zone. On the ice for Mercyhurst, Kane Elliott, Jack Riley, I believe Taylor Best, along with Philippe Drouin and Patrick Piacentini. The Wolverines win the face-off, dump it into the zone. Piacentini playing within that right corner, plays it up to Riley. Riley to center ice to Elliott. Elliott skates across the zone, leaves it back for Riley. Slap shot, gets through the legs of Racine and trickles just wide of the net. Tracked down by Downing, plays it up the left side to Selman. Selman pass, Nieves coming up the center of the ice, dumps it off for Connor, tries to get it back down low for Nieves. His pass blocked. Now Downing in front of that, his shot save made by Wildung. Puck ricochets back out to Connor, plays it back to Downing, shot blocked. Rebound tapped away by Connor. It's taken away, and now it's slapped out of the zone. Downing tracking it down to his own blue line. Plays a pass up the ice to Connor. Takes his time, dumps it in toward Werenski. Werenski stretches out his stick, keeps the puck on his own stick, goes behind the net, plays it back down low. Nobody there for the Wolverines. Mercyhurst has it now. Dutra tried to play it out of the zone, but Connor picked it up for the Wolverines. Plays it up to Nieves. Nieves at center ice. Pass to the left side. And offside by the Wolverines as Warren had the puck on his stick, could not keep it on his stick, and crossed that blue line before Calderone was able to pick it up and carry it into the zone. Still 2-1 Mercyhurst, 6:04 to go here in the first period. Facing off now will be Cooper Marody against Josh Lammon. Marody wins the faceoff to Calderone, plays it back to Boca at that center circle. Boca over to Martin. Martin's pass off the stick of Marody into the zone. It'll track behind the net where it's picked up by Monteith. Monteith bodied up, fighting for the puck with Marody. Marody wins it out. Looks like he'll stop with it. Plays it back to the left point. One-time shot by Cutler. Martin whistles wide. Tracked down by Boca at the right point. Boca dumps it back down into that right corner. Losing the puck there is Warren. And now going the other way are Mercyhurst. Long, optimistic shot there by Dutra is saved by Racine. And now going the other way are the Wolverines. Marody dumps it to Calderone. Skating into the zone. Back to Warren. Back to Boca. Backhand pass in front of the net. Puck is loose. And now it is not as Brandon Wildung leaps onto it for the Mercyhurst Lakers with 5:23 to go here in that first period. Looked like Nicholas Boca didn't get much on it with the backhand, cutting across near that blue line in the center of the ice. Just tried to throw it in front of the net and hope for good things. And, you know, sometimes you can get rewarded for that, but the Wolverines did not. Now it'll be Stewart facing off with Ferrero in the left circle. Ferrero wins it back and sends it along the boards. It's tapped back down. Down low, it's tracked down by Michael Verboom now on that right far side. Plays it ahead. That was Drouin. Drouin poked it out towards center ice. A big hit near the boards by Saccone. Michigan has it in their own zone. It's DeYoung backtracking in front of Racine. Plays it to Saccone. Now up to Stewart. Try to get it through the legs of a defenseman. Saccone picks up the deflection. Plays it up to Pericos. Pericos throws a shot from the point on net, and it is gloved easily there by Brandon Wildung. That's the 14th shot for the Wolverines in this first period, but they only have one goal to show for it. Wildung has done his part to keep Mercyhurst in this game, although the Wolverines have controlled the game for the most part. All it's been for Mercyhurst to get on the score sheet twice is a couple of odd man rushes going the other way, but you know, sometimes it's about the quality of your scoring opportunities and not just the quantity, and Mercyhurst has had two quality opportunities, and they have put it home both times. Racine not only hasn't made the saves that, well, he would have needed to make this a 1-0 game, he also has looked kind of shaky. There was one shot from the point that was low on net, and he wasn't obstructed. His vision was not obstructed, but it trickled between his pads and very easily could have been the third goal for Mercyhurst. We'll see if Coach Berenson decides to bring out Zach Nagelvort for the second period. Wolverines with a face-off in their attacking zone, the left circle to be Comfer, facing off against Barash. Ref waiting to drop the puck. Comfer wins it back to Kyle. Takes a shot right off the face-off. It's blocked. Handling it there is Charbonneau. Tries to get it out of the zone, but Kyle swings it back into that left corner. Comfer fights for it. Wins it for the Wolverines. Toward the slot. Plays it over to Saccone. Saccone back to Comfer. Poor pass. Comfer just deflects it and now pass up the ice toward Kyle Cook. Would have put him in on net, but Comfer got the deflection and the possession for the Wolverines. Now Saccone sends it up along the left boards, deflects off Motte into the zone. Wildung plays it behind his net to Jeremy Wu. Wu back to the other side to Piacentini. Long pass up the ice, misses the stick of Charbonneau, and now it goes all the way down into the Wolverines' defensive zone where it's tracked down by the Lakers. Playing it behind the net is now Barash, dispossessed by Downing. Kyle lays a bit of a hit on him, plays it behind the net to Werenski. Werenski skating up out of his zone. Pass up to Motte on center ice on this right side. Motte tries to get by a man, gains the zone, but he is bodied up and dispossessed, and going the other way now is Mercyhurst. They lose the puck at center ice to Michael Downing. Downing pass to center ice. Werenski dumps it off for Selman along that left side boards, but Selman is tied up and just has to track back into his own zone. Now Werenski at his own blue line on the right side. Pass up the right boards. Intercepted by Lancaster. And I believe we are going to have a penalty called on the Wolverines. I think it's going to be a high stick or a slash, and I believe Justin Selman is the guilty party. Werenski's pass up that right side was errant, and Selman just a little too eager to get by his man and get to the pass. And the refs saw it, and Selman will be headed to the box. Another power play for the Lakers. This one a full 2 minutes with 3:36 to go in the first period here on WCBN FM Ann Arbor's broadcast of Michigan hockey. It'll be Nieves facing off against Taylor Best in that right attacking circle for Mercyhurst. Nieves wins it back. Boca plays it over to Connor. Connor tries to send it up those near side boards. Lancaster keeps it in, sends it across to Drouin. Drouin at the right point. Dumps it down And the pass back to Drew and intercepted. Now a saucer pass out toward Kyle Connor. Reaches out to try to control it. Would have been in on net. Could not do so. Lancaster takes the puck off him. Crosses center ice. Plays it over to Best on the left side. Cuts inside of Boca. In on net. His shot saved by Racine. And now Connor deflects it by his man. Connor across center ice. Kyle Connor up the left side. In on goal. He shoots and he scores. Kyle Connor, a breakaway shorthanded goal. Ties this one up for the Wolverines. 2-2 in the first period. Still a minute 26 to go on the Selman penalty, but that's got to fire up the bench and fire up the crowd here for the Michigan Wolverines. That was just the freshman Kyle Connor. You could tell he was just 30 seconds ago, inches away from getting a breakaway pass, and now the deflection off of Racine. Connor tracked down the rebound, just poked it back to the defenseman, closing down at that right point, and he was all alone. Took a wrist shot from the slot just inside that left circle and roofed it by Brandon Wildung. 2-2 here with a 3:02 to go in the first period. Michigan still on the penalty kill for another minute and 26 seconds, but man, that was an electrifying moment for the freshman. His first official goal for the Maize and Blue. Cooper Marody faces off at center ice, wins it from Kane Elliott. Now DeYoung tries to send it up the left boards to Warren, but his pass intercepted. DeYoung plays it across to Ciccone. Ciccone up to Marody. Marody across the center ice with speed along those right boards. Throws a shot on net. Heavy rebound. The puck bouncing around in the zone. Picked up going the other way as Ends. Ends bodied up. Gets it up the right side to Riley. Riley tries a centering pass. It's picked out by Ciccone. Now Ciccone up with the puck. Has a man down the right side. It's Warren. Warren catches them off guard. His shot save made. Rebound shot saved by Wildung, and he falls on the puck. Another just total defensive breakdown by the Mercyhurst Lakers sent Warren in on goal, and he was on that right circle shooting left-handed. He tried to send that one high, and Wildung made the save. Meanwhile, Lancaster is in the sin bin for Mercyhurst. Not sure how we got there, but we are seeing 4-on-4 hockey right now. Lancaster has a minute 27 to go on his penalty, 53 seconds to go on the Selman penalty. Kumper wins the faceoff back to Werenski at the point, who dumps it down low. Kumper fighting for it behind the net with Wu. Kyle comes in, helps him out, wins the puck, tries to tap it back to the point. Werenski whacks it across ice. All he could do, didn't want to give up an odd man rush. Now pass towards center ice is deflected up over the boards and into the crowd right in front of me. Michael Downing, they're applying the pressure and preventing a Mercyhurst attack. The faceoff will be at center ice. On the ice for the Wolverines, Alex, Kyle, JT Kumper, Zach Werenski, Michael Downing. Downing and Werenski coming off for Boca and Martin. Kumper faces off against Josh Lammon. Lammon wins the faceoff, skates forward, gains the zone, backhands it toward Racine, and it will bounce right into his glove. 2:07 to go here in the first period. A 2-2 hockey game, just about as advertised. This Wolverines came into the year with plenty of offensive talent, but questions on the defensive end outside of Zach Werenski, and that has shown today. Comfort facing off in Lammon with Lammon. Lammon wins it back to Drouin, throws a shot on net. It goes wide, but it bounces back to Ennis at that left point. Ennis sends a pass off the boards, ricochets in front of the net, picked up by JT Comfort, who will track back in front of his own goal. Comfort now skating up the middle with speed, cuts inside, now toward that left circle, still has the puck on his stick, he shoots, and a glove save by Brandon Wildung. JT Comfort cut through the whole Mercyhurst team, right to left, across into the zone, into that left circle, turned, tried to go in on net. A short side shot was saved there by Wildung, but Comfort just tried to take them all on himself. Still 12 seconds to go on the Selman penalty, 46 seconds to go on the Lancaster penalty, and a minute 48 to go in the first period. Nieves, Connor, Calderone, and Werenski on the ice for the Wolverines. Nieves will face off against Dutra in his left attacking zone. Face off tied up and sent back behind the net to Tyler Enns. Enns working behind his own net. Plays it back over there to Piacentini. Piacentini has a man up the left side. It is Dutra. Dutra gains his own for the Wolverines. Selman out of the box for the Wolverines. Dutra bodied up against the boards by Werenski. Werenski takes the puck off him. Leaves it off to Selman. 23 seconds to go on the power play now for the Wolverines. Selman across center ice. Tries to get by a man, loses the puck, and it is sent all the way back down the ice. Racine will play it behind his own net. 15 seconds to go on the power play. The Wolverines time for one last man advantage rush if they want it. Werenski has the puck. Weaving across center ice. Tries to pass it into the zone. It's deflected near the blue line and flicked up down the ice by Tommaso Bucci. It bounces right into the glove of Steve Racine. 1:02 to go in the first period. The Children of Yost chant of how much time is left was interrupted. They are now repeating the word time, because that is the syllable they were stuck on. It'll be a face-off in the Wolverines' defensive zone in that right circle. Derek Barash facing off against Comfort. Barash wins it back to the right point. To Monteith, plays it down low to Barash. Pass behind the net, intercepted by Comfort. Comfort circling around with it. Now stops, circles back to his backhand. Skating out from behind his own net, weaves in and out of a couple players. Now up the right side is JT Comfort. Comfort gains the zone, plays it to himself off the boards. Comfort behind the net. A lot of energy, plays a pass now to Motte. Motte turns with it, throws it in front of the net. Pass deflected, bouncing around. Puck is loose, but Barash picks it up for Mercyhurst. And now going the other way, 2-on-2 are the Lakers. Pass up that left side, cut up by DeYoung. Can't hold on to the puck, though. They play it back to Charbonneau, who was leveled by Alex Kyle. Coming up with the puck now is Marody. Plays it over to Ciccone. Now Motte gains the zone in the right circle. Motte in on net. Loses the puck. Now throws a pass back out in front of the net. Backhand. The Wolverines trying to jam it in. And the refs blow the play dead for whatever reason. 13.2 seconds to go in the first period. I think they might have thought that Wildung had the puck covered, although it did not appear to be the case. Tyler Motte, ceaseless effort, threw a shot, odd angle on net. Alex Kyle tried to jam it home. Then Marody had it in front of the net. But regardless, it'll be a face-off for the Wolverines in their left attacking circle. Marody facing off against Kane Elliott. 13.2 seconds to go. Elliott wins the face-off for Mercyhurst. Wu plays it around the boards to Jack Riley. Riley plays it up to Elliott. His pass intercepted by Downing. 5 seconds to go. Downing tripped up from behind, and that will be a penalty, a power play that will carry over into the second period as we only have 3.8 seconds to go in the first. Heading to the sin bin will be the third line right winger for Mercyhurst, Taylor Best. Best is Mercyhurst's leader on the year in goals scored. He has 4, but he will come close to the team lead in penalty minutes for the game so far, as he is headed to the box for 2 minutes. 3.8 seconds. The Wolverines facing off in their left attacking zone. The only chance for a goal will be off a quick face-off shot. Nieves facing off against Josh Lammon, the first line center for Mercyhurst. Nieves plays it back down into the corner. Calderone tries to play it out front. He is tied up. And the horn blows, and that will do it for the first period here from Yost Ice Arena. The Wolverines are tied with Mercyhurst. Michigan has thrown 21 shots on goal, and they have 2 goals to show for it. Mercyhurst, 10 shots and 2 goals for themselves. It has been a barn burner so far. We'll be back with you in about 15 minutes for the second period. Stay tuned.
Oh, you didn't print it yet? All right. Not generic. Unable to create report the same name as must be.
Hello and welcome back to WCBN FM Ann Arbor's coverage of Michigan hockey. Thought I'd come back a little bit earlier than I normally would as the Michigan hockey band plays the good old hockey game. And this has been a good old hockey game. We are tied at 2-2 here in the second period as Michigan went behind 1-0 to start the game against Mercyhurst. Went behind 2-1 as well, but have equalized in both instances. The stat sheet in front of me reads that nobody has done anything at all because the stats for this game are rather broken. But I can tell you, you're just going to have to take my word for it that the 2 goals for the Wolverines have come via a Nieves backhander to start the game, or rather with 15 to go in the first period, 4:45 into the game. Nieves with a rebound goal in front of the net for the Wolverines. It was followed up by a Kane Elliott wrist shot and then a Lester Lancaster breakaway in front of the net that was tapped in by Josh Lammon. That made it 2-1 in favor of Mercyhurst, but late in the first period, a shorthanded opportunity for Kyle Connor. He took it from about center ice unopposed. Lancaster tried to chase him down, but Connor was able to slot it into the top left-hand corner of the net past the shoulder, the right shoulder of Mercyhurst goalie Brandon Wildung. And we actually do have stats in front of us now, thankfully. 19 saves made by Wildung in that first period. 8 saves made by Steve Racine as he led in those 2 goals and looked, I would say, rather suspect. 3 penalties in that first period by Nathan Ferrero for slashing, Michael Downing for tripping, and Justin Selman for high sticking. Sorry, there were 5 penalties. The other 2, Lester Lancaster for slashing and Taylor Best for tripping. You are listening to WCBN FM Ann Arbor's broadcast of Michigan hockey. We've got about a minute and 30 seconds to go until we drop the puck to start this second period. This is just a reminder, a shameless plug, as if you will, as we do not advertise. To tune into the Daily Sports Report every Monday through Thursday from 6 to 6:30. The best chance you'll have of hearing about Michigan hockey will be on Michigan Wednesdays when Zach Shaw hosts. He will also be covering Sunday's hockey game here from Yost Ice Arena. We talk about Michigan sports. I'd say Monday we're almost certainly talking about Michigan football, but we talk about Michigan sports, all kinds of Michigan sports, as well as other sports from around the wide world of sports. That is Monday through Thursday, 6 to 6:30 p.m. You can listen in at WCBN.org or at 88.3 FM Ann Arbor on your dial if you are in the area. About 40 seconds until puck drop. You can also interact with us if you would like by following us on Twitter at WCBN Sports. Or you can also comment on our live streams while we do them. We are always active on our YouTube channel. You can follow us at WCBN Sports or WCBN Sports 2, where we can hold dual broadcasts. Looks like Racine will start the second period in the net for the Michigan Wolverines. Got about 10 seconds till puck drop. The Wolverines on the ice will be Selman, Calderone, Connor, Nieves, and Wierenski. The Wolverines on a minute and 57-second power play, thanks to the dirty deeds of number 19, Taylor Best. On the ice for Mercyhurst, number 27, Josh Lammon, number 23, Kyle Dutra, number 7, Tyler Enns, and number 5, Michael Monteith. The Wolverines going from right to left, win the faceoff. Back to Connor, who plays it over to Wierenski. Ice looking very smooth after the Zamboni. Connor gains the zone along the right side, skates, turns, cuts back, plays it to Wierenski at the point. Wierenski back to Connor at that right side, skates toward the center, throws a shot on net, deflected, and Mercyhurst gets a line change. Connor tracks it down, skates across center ice, gets by a man, gets by another across the blue line, tried to get in Wu, but he poked it off of him. Now Selman sends it back to Nieves to the left point. Back to the point, Wierenski slap shot deflected in front of the net high. Wu plays it now across the boards to Cook. Wierenski keeps it in and lost it off of his stick. Almost leaves his zone. Wierenski tries to whack it back in. Now tripped up at the blue line is Nieves. Now Calderone in front of the net. Holds onto it. The shot and the sprawling save by Wildung. Cook plays it out of the zone for Mercyhurst. Wierenski tracks it down at center ice. Plays it off the boards to himself. Now skates in along the left side. Wierenski throws it toward the net. Whacked behind by Wildung. Coming up with it now in the right corner is Marody. Marody holds. Sends it back to the point to Downing. Downing over to Comfort. A slap shot and a save. That one right into the chest of Brandon Wildung. Calderone showed a savvy mind to take his time with the puck, get around the sliding defenseman, and put the shot high, but Brandon Wildung was equal to the task. The Wolverines now with a face-off inside their left attacking zone. It'll be Comfort going against Josh Lammon. Comfort wins it back to Motte, but the refs blow the whistle. Something untoward occurred during the face-off, and we will try it again. It'll be Comfort again, this time facing up against Jack Allen. Comfort wins it back toward the left point to Downing. Downing sends it across to Marody. Marody back to Downing at the point. Skating toward that right side, turns with it, holds outside the left circle, dumps down low to Motte. Motte tried to deflect it off the back skate of Wildung and into the goal, but Wildung was aware of that effort and held on to it. So we will have another face-off this time in the right attacking zone for the Wolverines. It'll be Comfort facing off against Lammon. The puck bounces into the corner. Motte ties up a Laker defenseman, wins it back to Marody at the right point. Skates, gives it up to Downing. Downing over to Comfort in the left circle. Comfort back to the point to Downing. Slap shot blocked down. Kyle trying to tie it up in front of the net. Motte throws it across the crease. And Marody tracks it down for the Wolverines. Back to Downing. Over to Comfort. Slap shot deflected high. Marody tracks it down along the right side for the Wolverines. The power play is over. Marody throws a short side shot on net. Save is made. Now Kyle sends it back out to the right point. Downing holds it in. Plays it high off the boards. Bounces into the corner to Kyle. Plays it out front to Marody. Marody loses the puck. Taylor Best out of the box. Tried to send it out of the zone, but Marody tied him up. Now the weary Wolverines will get a change. Cutler Martin saves the puck along those left boards. Dumps it back down low. Max Stewart, fresh off the bench for the Wolverines, ties it up in the right corner. Looking for the puck, has his stick being held, wins it. Centering pass now to Pericos. Wrist shot goes wide. Wildung again did not know where that was. It's tracked down by Evan Allen. Plays down to the left corner. Pericos, body off the puck. Stewart plays it back to Allen. Allen back out front to Stewart. Slap shot block. Stewart gets it back. He shoots. Save made. Puck bouncing around now into the right circle. Boca throws it on net. Blocked. Pericos comes up with it. Throws it on net. Blocked again by Josh Lammon, who slaps it up the boards and bounces out to Cutler Martin. Martin, a centering pass to Stewart, and his stick was lifted. Boca tracks down at the point, plays it back to Stewart. A lot of pressure being shown by the Wolverines. Allen fighting for it in that right corner along with Stewart. Puck bouncing around. Allen wins it, turns with it. Tied up by Lammon, has his stick lifted. Pericos comes to help out. They lose the puck, and now Enns plays it up to Riley. Jack Riley plays it into the Wolverine zone off of Best. Racine playing it behind his net. He is bodied up there by Best, and now the Wolverines lose the puck. Nieves tried to play a soft pass, had it cut out. Now chasing it down into his own right corner is Kyle. Plays it back to the point. Wu can't keep it in for the Lakers. Tried to do it anyway, and they let it go for fear of offside. Now Cutler Martin plays a pass up the left boards off of Pericos and into the zone. It's tracked down behind the net by Wildung. Kyle Connor applies pressure, but Mercyhurst maintains the puck. Now crossing center ice, dumping into the zone is Tommaso Bucci. Bucci plays it down low, bodied up by Ciccone. DeYoung pokes it along the boards, along that far side to Connor. Connor up to Nieves, skates by one man across center ice, down the right side with speed. Nieves centering pass toward DeYoung. DeYoung's not there for it. Now Summon plays at the right point, tried to dump it down low to Nieves. Nieves was skating away, and now Bucci plays it into the zone and behind the net. Ciccone will track it down for the Maize and Blue, both sides making a change. Ciccone dumps it back over to DeYoung. DeYoung's pass down the ice, bounces behind the net into the corner, and it will be handled there by Lester Lancaster for icing. Looked like a bit of a miscommunication. DeYoung looking for a man at center ice. I believe it was Kyle Connor, but Connor got tied up, wasn't there for the pass. And as a result, the Wolverines will be facing off in their near side defensive circle. It'll be Derek Barash facing off against Nieves. Played back to the point. Lancaster, a shot deflected by Racine in wide. Puck bounces back to the right point. Lancaster tried to shovel it in. Handled by Ciccone. Bounces down now to Lancaster. Pass in front of the net to Charbonneau. Holds onto the puck. DeYoung stayed with him and forced it off the stick. It's back to the right point with Drouin. His shot deflected down. Now the Wolverines a chance with numbers if they can get it. Kyle Connor skating with speed into that right circle, but he is tracked down by Drouin, who takes the puck off his stick. Barash plays it off the glass, high into the air. Bounces to center ice to Cook. Cook with a pass up the left side to Charbonneau. Charbonneau skating down behind the net, throws a very odd angle shot. Bounces off the side of the net. Now Marody plays it up the right side to Calderone. Calderone gains the zone along the right side. Dumps it back to Werenski. Tries to send it back down to Calderone. His pass cut up. Now Derek Barash going the other way as the puck whacked off of his stick one-handed by Michael Downing, and that one got into the Mercyhurst bench out of play. Good play by Downing to defuse that attack. 14:51 to go here in the second period. The shot's 25-12 in favor of the Wolverines. The score 2-2 in favor of neither team. Faceoff will be at center ice after a brief TV timeout. Looks like the line on the ice right now for the Wolverines will be Downing, Werenski, Cooper Marody, Brendan Warren, and a player to be named later when he shows me his jersey number. On the ice for Mercyhurst, that last player was Tony Calderone. On the ice for Mercyhurst, number 18, Henrik Piacentini, Number 10, Jeremy Wu. Number 3, Jack Allen. Number 8, Caden Elliott. And number 19, Taylor Best. Face off at center ice between Marody and Elliott. And Marody wins it back. Warren sends it to his defenseman, Downing, on the left side. Plays it to the far side to Werenski, back to the near side to Downing. Downing skates across the center line and dumps it into the zone. Wu chasing it down in the corner, bodied up there by Calderone. Riley tries to take it off him and plays it back to Wu. Wu plays behind his own net to Piacentini. Pass high off those right boards, tap back into the zone by Downing. And I think they are going to get Downing for a hand pass, and the face-off will take place outside the Wolverines attacking zone on this near side. Both teams will make a change. Now on the ice for the Wolverines is the line of Comfort, Kyle, and Motte, along with Boca and Martin. Mercyhurst wins the face-off back to Drouin. Drouin plays it over to Ennis. His pass up the left side, cut out by Boca. Boca skating behind, almost behind his own net. Instead turns and sends it up to Motte. Motte's pass to the center, picked out by Josh Lammon. And Ennis tried to pass off the boards up that far side, but his pass goes up into the Michigan bench. So we will have yet another face-off just outside the Wolverines attacking zone on the far side. It'll be Comfort facing off against Lammon. Mercyhurst wins the face-off, ends, plays it across to Drouin on the near side. His pass off the boards, intercepted, puck bouncing around near the blue line, played in by Motte on the stick of Comfort now, turns, shoots just wide. Now Motte tried to let it go back to Martin, lost the puck, and now a high pass down the ice handled by Seenerth. Seenerth plays it back to Lammon, backhands it toward the net, deflected by Cutler Martin. Now the puck bouncing around, handled by Alex Kyle. Kyle across the blue line, dumps it back to Motte. Motte a wrist shot off the backboards and out along this right side. Pass flicked high in the air by Mercyhurst, handled by Martin, who sends it across the ice to Kyle. Kyle gains the zone with some speed, has it poked away from behind him by Dutra. Now going the other way is Bucci. Bucci dumps it off to Dutra with a slap shot, and it sails high. Rebound tracked down by Nathan Ferrero. Tries to weave through a couple Wolverines. Heavy body thrown there. Almost a shoulder thrown by Boca. Wins the puck off him. Plays it up to Tyler Motte. Motte tried to shovel it over to himself, but Mercyhurst has it now. Monteith's pass off of Verboom's stick into the zone. Great name there, Michael Verboom. Down in the right corner, they play a pass out to the point, out of the reach of Jeremy Wu, who will have to skate back into his own zone behind his own net to track it down. He's met there by Evan Allen. The puck bounces in the air, and Verboom will play it off of the near side boards up the ice. Puck poked away there by DeYoung. Allen comes up with it for the Wolverines, and now Ciccone slaps it into the zone. It ricochets all the way around the boards, back into the Wolverines' defensive zone where DeYoung has it. Plays it up to Pericos. Pericos gains the zone, gives to Stewart with a centering pass. Stewart the shot, and he misses high off the boards. Now turning with it is Mercyhurst. They can't get the puck out of the zone, though, as Pericos plays it to Stewart on the left side. Stewart skating with it, dumps it off to Allen in that left corner. Allen back to the point to Ciccone. A slap shot goes wide, bounces behind the net. Allen fighting with Wu for it, wins the puck, sends it back to the point, and it's intercepted there by Kyle Cook. Cook going the other way, trying to skate by Ciccone on the left side, crashing hard to the net. He shoots, and he crashes into the net, knocking it off of its moorings. Racine had the angle covered, and we will have another face-off here with 12:05 to go in the second period. And that was good awareness by the freshman Joseph Ciccone, not to try to crash down and keep the puck in the zone. That's the kind of mentality for these Michigan defensemen that allowed the odd man rushes that lent Mercyhurst their first 2 goals. They face off just outside the Wolverines' defensive zone. Nieves facing off against Jonathan Charbonneau for the Lakers. Charbonneau wins it back towards center ice to Drouin. One-handed, tries to flick it in the zone. He is met there by Summon, but the puck makes its way down into that near side corner. Nieves fighting off Charbonneau for it, loses the puck. Now playing it behind the net is Werenski, back to Nieves. Nieves out in front of his own goal. Skating up the ice across the blue line, across center ice, weaving in and out of defenders. Bodied up, plays it back to Connor. Weaving back and forth with it now down into the right corner as Kyle Connor plays a centering pass to Selman. His shot saved. Now the puck played up towards center ice. Werenski kicks it to himself and plays it back to Downing. Downing pass off the right boards, cut out by Enns. Enns plays it up ahead, Best into the zone, plays it to Riley, who has his wrist shot deflected by Werenski, who got his stick on Best's stick. Mercyhurst holds it in the zone. Monteith almost loses his feet. Now Connor going the other way for the Wolverines in the left circle. Holds off his man, puts a shot high and wide. Connor tracks down his rebound behind the net. That was Lester Lancaster bodying up Kyle Connor, forcing an errant shot. The Wolverines still with the puck. Connor has it down, unopposed in that left corner. Body off the puck. Kane Elliott plays it around the boards up this right side to Best. Best going up the right side. Thought about getting the zone, but it would have been offside for Mercyhurst. And now a pass deflected off of Seenerth into the zone. Mercyhurst lets it go for the offside. Martin now plays it up to Marody. Marody across center ice. Gains the zone, skating up the middle. Tried to get back to his forehand, lost the puck. And there will be a penalty. A stick thrown against the boards in frustration. I think Marody was just hooked a little bit too much as he skated in on goal. Again, another Wolverine with the talent and ability and audacity to try to go 1-on-4. And it will be the first line center, Josh Lammon, going to the box for 2 minutes for the Mercyhurst Lakers. The Wolverines with a power play. 10:30 to go here in the second period. Still tied at 2. Comfort will face off against Michael Verboom. Verboom wins the face-off back behind his own net. Wu tied up by Motte. Now Kyle has it for the Wolverines. Plays back to the right point to Marody. To Downing. Now back to Marody at the right point. Skating. Down gives it back to Downing at the point. Plays it cross ice to Comfort. Comfort with the backhand. Now to his forehand. Skates in toward net. Down low to Motte. Motte in front of net. Comfort in the left circle. Shoots his shot blocked down. And Wu will try to smack it out of the zone. Downing just able to keep it in with his skate. Plays it across to Marody. Pass in front. Deflected by Kyle. Up and wide. And now Wu tries to play it out of the zone. Comfort keeps it in, but not for long. Downing had his back and plays it across the ice to Marody. Mercyhurst a quick change. The Wolverines chance to catch them off guard. Marody gains the zone, gives it to Motte on the left side, dumps it back to Comfort. Comfort across ice to the right point to Downing. Downing over to Marody. Marody skating on that his shot off of his skate and goes high into the net behind the Mercyhurst goal. 1 minute and 11 seconds remaining on the power play for the Wolverines. The Wolverines get a change. The line of Nieves, Selman, Calderone, Werenski, and Connor on the ice. Monteith, Elliott, Enns, and Cook on the ice for Mercyhurst. It'll be Nieves and now Selman facing off against Cook. Cook wins the faceoff behind his own net to Enns. Enns trying to skate around his area with it. Pass out towards center, deflected by Werenski. Werenski slowly skates back toward his own zone, tries to get around Cook. He is tied up, loses the puck, but Nieves comes, helps him out, and takes it. Nieves now across the blue line, stops with it on that right side, now takes it behind his own net, turns, forehand, passes it back to Connor on the far side. Saucer pass toward the point to Werenski, plays it down to Nieves. Nieves has the pass bounce off his stick. Trying to clear the zone is Mercyhurst, but Werenski keeps it in. Now Connor dumps it down low to Calderone. Loses it, plays it to Selman. Now Werenski at the point, a slap shot. Bounces high off the glass. Connor tracks it down, plays it back to Werenski, back to Connor at the right point. Connor over to Nieves on this left side. Nieves dumps it down low. Calderone turns with it. His shot is gloved by Brandon Wildung. 19 seconds to go on this power play. The Wolverines have spent the majority of the time in their attacking zone, but haven't been able to manufacture a golden opportunity and haven't been able to make good on their chances. Looked like Werenski was waiting in that right circle for a one-time opportunity if Calderon was able to find it. Really Comfort now facing off against Jack Riley. Puck is tied up in that circle. Comfort wins it, sends it back to Boca at that right point. Cross ice to Comfort, skating in toward the left circle. Comfort, pass, shot in front of the net. Kyle couldn't get his stick on it. Now Comfort sends a pass back to the left point to Martin. Broken stick on the ice. Martin throws it in front of the net. Kyle can't handle it. Motte tracks it down in that right circle. Motte back to the right point. Power play over for the Wolverines. Boca has trouble with the puck. Plays it back down to Alex Kyle. Kyle loses the puck. They try to clear it. Comfort comes up with pass between his legs to Martin. Martin a slap shot. Might have bounced off Tyler Motte, but either way it is gloved by Brandon Wildung. That's 28 shots now for the Wolverines. Here midway through the second period, we have 8:17 to go here on WCBN FM Ann Arbor's broadcast of Michigan hockey. The Wolverines almost exclusively the side putting the pressure on, but they do not have a goal and they do not have a lead to show for it. 8:17 to go here in the second period. The shots are 27-13 in favor of the Wolverines. Just updating you on the scores because we do have our stat system online. Your scores on the game. Kyle Cook, I have been mistakenly crediting the first Mercyhurst goal to Kane Elliott, but it was Kyle Cook who scored on 2-on-1 break, slotting it past Racine from that right circle back in the first period. Josh Lammon was credited with their second goal. Nieves encountered the goal scorers for the Wolverines. Martin Boca with an assist apiece. Lancaster also with an assist for the Mercyhurst Lakers. Mercyhurst has spent twice as much time in the box. They have 4 penalties for 8 penalty minutes, but the Wolverines, for the most part, not able to make good on it. It'll be face-off in the Wolverines' left attacking circle. Stewart wins it over to Allen, who throws a wrist shot high and wide of the net. Rebound tracked down by Boca, plays it back down low to Stewart. Stewart centering pass deflected. Out past Boca and down the ice. Boca chased down by Verboom. Cuts. Plays it across the ice now to Martin. Martin, a long pass up the right side, bounces off of Allen, and it will trickle all the way into the waiting glove of the goalie, Brandon Wildung. 7:55 to go now here in the second period. And we will see a line change for the Mercyhurst Lakers. Mercyhurst came into this game 3-1, but they are 2-0 on the season away from their home in Pennsylvania. It'll be Stewart facing off against Derek Barash in that right attacking circle. Barash ties up Stewart, plays it back behind his own net. Puck ladled back there by Wildung, and now coming up with it is Stewart behind the net. Stewart and Pericos fighting for it. Lancaster now plays it toward that right side. Boca dumps it back down low to Pericos. Pericos tries to get it to the right point, tied up in the corner. Charbonneau plays it along that left, around to the left side to Martin, who keeps it in, dumps down low to Stewart. Stewart tied up by the referee. And now going the other way is Kyle Cook. Cook along the right boards. Pass to the center to Barash. Cross ice pass to Charbonneau. Turns with it. Throws it in front of the net, and it deflects off of a Wolverine skate and past Steve Racine into the goal. Just an awful stroke of luck. It looked as though Mercyhurst had yet another 2-on-1 opportunity, but they blew it as Charbonneau did not have himself oriented correctly, could not handle the pass, just threw it in front of the net, and we're going to see on the replay whose skate that hit. It bounced off of Nicholas Boca, the freshman's left skate, and into the bottom right corner of the net. Mercyhurst takes a 3-2 lead. Face off at center ice between Marody and Mercyhurst is won by Nathan Ferrero. They send it back down into the Michigan zone. Puck bouncing around in the Wolverines' right circle. A pass out of the reach of Calderone all the way down the ice. Tracked down by Wu. Tries to clear it out of the zone. He can't. Calderone has it now for the Wolverines, skating behind the net. Now into the left corner. Plays it back to the left point to Young. Dumps it down low to Marody. Turns on a dime. Stops outside the left circle. Into the center to Warren. Back out to the right point to Ciccone. Ciccone throws a shot on net. It goes wide. DeYoung crashes down to keep it in the zone. Puck bounces into the air. Down to the ice now. Warren and Verboom fighting for it on this near side. Marody comes out with it. His pass to the center to Calderone, just deflected. Calderone plays it back to Warren. Now to Marody. Marody, a bad touch, loses the puck. Now plays it back to Calderone in that left circle, skating out in front of that. He shoots, he scores! Tony Calderone from the left circle just took his time, scooted in front of that, and somehow found a seam in the sea of bodies in front of Brandon Wildung, who had no chance to stop that one. Tony Calderone for the Wolverines ties it back up at 3, the sophomore. And now with 6:29 to go in the second period, we are all even yet again. That Mercyhurst lead did not last long. It has been a very fun game, a back and forth game, but maybe not the type of game the Wolverines would like to see. Nieves and Lammon facing off at center ice. Lammon wins it back to Drouin. Plays it over to Enns. Enns' pass up the ice under the skate of a teammate, handled by Racine. Downing now plays it into that right corner. Wierenski tries to poke it up the ice, as deflected back to him. And now playing it up that right side is Selman. Selman dumps it back to Downing. Downing out of the blue line, across center ice, holds on to the puck, throws a shot on net. It bounces high, took a weird bounce. Enns played it for Mercyhurst. Now going the other way as Lammon has the puck poked away by Connor. Wolverines play it back to Wierenski. Has trouble with the puck. Sends it into the zone along those right boards. Nieves tracks it down for the Wolverines in the right corner. Plays it back behind the net to Selman. Selman stops with it. He is bodied up there by Drouin. The puck bounces back to the right point. Werenski comes up with it, plays it down low to Nieves. Blind pass out front, intercepted by Drouin. We'll go the other way for Mercyhurst across center ice. Drouin throws a shot on net off the pads of Racine. And Best comes up with it from Mercyhurst, though, plays it back into that left corner. Jack Riley tracks it down. Werenski plays it up off the boards to Connor. Connor leaves it off. Pass up that right side, past the stick of Best, down into the Wolverine zone. And Best, because he was not able to get his stick on it, was not able to keep that from being an icing. So now we will have a face-off in the Wolverines attacking zone. 5:11 to go here in the second period. Still a 3-3 hockey game. Michigan still doubling the shots of the Lakers, 30-14. Come for faces off against Kane Elliott. You got to wonder if Mercyhurst scores another goal, will that be the end of Steve Racine? Elliott wins the faceoff from Motte, and now clearing attempt bounces off the boards and out of play by the Mercyhurst Lakers. Another faceoff in the Wolverines attacking zone. Mercyhurst able to get a change after that deflection. On the ice for Michigan, the line of Kyle Kupfer and Tyler Motte. Up angle shot on net, bounces up into the air. Comfort and Motte collide. Coming up with the puck is Charbonneau. His pass out to the center, intercepted by Martin, who turns and fires it into the zone. Lou tracks down behind his net, plays a pass up the right side. It's bouncing around now. It's handled by Barash. Barash plays it backhanded toward the near side boards, near center ice. The Wolverines whack it back into their own zone, where Boca will come up with it. Boca skating out from behind his net, taking his time. Finds a pass on the left side to Alex Kyle. Kyle, heavy touch, lost it off his stick, and now Dutra, cross ice pass to Senior. Senior stops with it, plants, throws a pass in front of net. Nobody there for it from Mercyhurst, so now Kyle going the other way for the Wolverines, and he has it taken away by Senior. Senior's pass bounces off the skate. Tyler Motte picks it up, backhands it into the zone. The Wolverines get a change. Motte going to try to hold the puck in. Now it's Alex Kyle fighting with Dutra for it, plays it back to Schuert. Now DeYoung at the left point. DeYoung over to Ciccone. Back to Kyle Schuert, in on net, bodied off of the puck. Motte trying to chase him down, and he slides and trips up Kyle Dutra. A blatant penalty will be coming for the Wolverines, but not before Mercyhurst crossed the blue line, dropped past to Drouin, who threw a wrist shot on net, gloved by Steve Racine. But that was just a brainless play by the Michigan Wolverines, and will result in a 2-minute minor penalty, I do believe. It will be indeed Tyler Motte going to the box for the Wolverines. Lost his footing, and there was really no need for him to reach out and whack at the legs of Kyle Dutra, but that is, in fact, exactly what he did. And it's about as clear-cut as they come. The Wolverines will be on a 2-minute penalty kill here with 3:49 to go in the second period. The shot still 30-14 in favor of the Wolverines, but expect that total to be evened out a bit. Mercyhurst yet to convert on their power play opportunities today. They have had 3 so far. The Wolverines have also converted on one of Mercyhurst's power play opportunities in Kyle Connor's shorthanded goal. On the ice for the Wolverines is Schuert, Werenski, Warren, and Downing. Mercyhurst wins the faceoff. Back to Barash at the right point. Stops, dumps it down to Allen, back to Barash. Now it bounces down to that left corner to Charbonneau. Back out to Barash at the right point. Lost the puck. Dumps it down low. And now the puck back to the point to Barash. Playing it over to the left circle. Slap shot on net. Deflected down in front. And Werenski able to clear the puck. Now skating with some speed is Werenski. Michigan with a 2-on-1. Werenski makes the centering pass. Loses the puck. And now a shot. Saved. That was Brendan Warren coming up with it in that right circle. Now going the other way with it is Charbonneau dumps it off to Barash. Gains the zone. His wrist shot off the stick of Racine. And just high. That one had a good chance at finding the top shelf where Mama hides the cookies, but Steve Racine luckily able to get his stick to that one. So a couple of primo scoring chances on either side of the ice. Werenski had Schuart skating down the center of the ice, held off on a pass as long as he could. And now the face-off will be between Best and Nieves. Best did something untoward. He's kicked out of the face-off circle. It'll be Brandon Steenerth facing off against Nieves in the right attacking zone from Mercyhurst. Nieves wins the face-off. They get it over to Connor in that left corner, and he dumps it down the ice. Philippe Drouin will chase it down for Mercyhurst. Drouin behind his own net, takes his time, skates out, passes it up the right side to Steenerth. Steenerth dumps it in toward Racine. Racine ladles it over to the side. Saccone whacks at it. It's in the right corner now, back toward that left point. Lancaster skating in, wrist shot, and he scores. Lester Lancaster, just unopposed, skated in from that left circle and roofed it right by Steve Racine. A power play goal for the Mercyhurst Lakers, and they take a 4-3 lead here with 2:39 to go in the second period. Racine, not exactly a sterling record so far, as the 18th shot on goal for Mercyhurst, and Racine has surrendered 4 goals. That one tough to defend. Now Marody will face off at center ice with Ferrero. Marody wins it back into his own zone. Werenski will chase it down for the Maize and Blue. Turning with it, playing it into that left corner. It's dumped back down where it'll be handled by Marody. Marody up the right side to Calderone. Dumps it forward. Warren met with a body of Wu. Fighting for it, loses it. Now Ferrero plays it along the near side boards to Verboom. Verboom bodied up by Calderone, loses the puck. Calderone plays it up to Marody, who plays it back into his own zone to Michael Downing. Downing up the right side. Pass bounces perhaps off the stick. No, it did not find the stick of Brandon Warren. And it will be an icing. Wolverines unable to get a change here with 2:05 to go in the second period. Now trailing 4-3 in a game that they have controlled for the most part. Face off in the Wolverines' defensive zone in the left circle. Wolverines win the face off. Warren has the puck. Gets tied up by Charbonneau. Charbonneau plays it back down low where Downing is there. Bodied up by Barash. Downing, the puck bounces out toward the middle. Now coming up the center of the ice is Marody. Cuts back to his forehand. Shoots! And the puck is bouncing around. Don't know where it is. And it is in the back of the net. It's a goal for the Wolverines. That's going to take some reviewing. I think Marody threw that shot on net from the right circle. And Will Dunk just not able to hold on to it. Could not make the glove save. And the ref with the orange stripes on his sleeves with absolute certainty pointed toward the back of that net. Not sure who's going to be credited with that one. Maybe it will be Marody, who took the pass at his own blue line, cut back to his right hand, threw the shot on net, and the defenseman for Mercyhurst just tried to whack it out of the crease. I think Calderone might have had the final push that got it into the net. Either way, we are going to see that one reviewed. That's what the pause in the play is right now. To be honest, I did not see at the time the puck go into the net, nor on the replay did I see any convincing angle. But obviously the ref standing right behind the goal and staring in there had a lot better view than I did. It would be the overhead view of the net that would be the most conclusive, but we are not exactly privy to that right now. If I had my binoculars, I could stare down into the review screen, the little computer screen they have down there near the penalty boxes. We're taking some considerable time on this one. It has been a back and forth affair here in the Wolverines opener at Yost Ice Arena. A goal here for the Wolverines would make it a 2-2 score in each period so far. Updating you on the shot tally, the Wolverines with 31 shots, Mercyhurst with 19. Brandon Wildung has not made many mistakes in net for the Mercyhurst Lakers. crowd waiting with bated breath. It's a pretty good crowd here at Yost Ice Arena. Not a sellout, but the children of Yost are packed in as usual, and there aren't many empty seats in the other sections. Heading all the way up to the rafters on either side, all the way around the ice, seats are filled. We're still reviewing the potential Michigan goal. The net did come off its moorings at some point, which is why I was a little surprised that the ref did rule that it was a Michigan goal. But that was the ruling on the ice. I'm not sure if it's analogous to football where you need conclusive video proof to overturn the call. And that ruling is a goal for the Michigan Wolverines. That one's going to either be credited to Tony Calderone, which would be his second on the game, or Cooper Marody for his wrist shot as he skated by a slew of Mercyhurst defenders to get that one off. Hail to the victors plays here at Yost. A minute 44 to go here in the second period. We are all tied up at 4. I'll be sure to let you know who got credit for that goal as soon as I find out. So it looks like facing off at center ice now will be JT Comfer against Kane Elliott. Comfer out there with Kyle and Motte. Comfer wins it back to Boca, plays it across to Martin. Martin can't hold on to the puck. He's harassed there by Best. Best wins it back to Elliott. He throws a shot on net, saved by Racine. Elliott tracks down his own rebound, and his pass is intercepted by Tyler Motte. Motte going the other way. He is in on that, back to his forehand, shot saved, and the puck still loose in front of the net, whacked away there by Wildung. Motte tracks it down, back to the point to Martin. Throws a pass toward the net, deflected by Dren, and he will backhand it off the glass. It's handled by Best out of the zone across center ice. Best dumps it into the zone. Motte tracks it down, plays it back to Boca. Boca couldn't handle the pass. Comfer helped him out. Played it back between his legs to Boca. Boca up these near side boards, bounces it up to Kyle. Kyle dumps it off the boards up to Motte. Motte gains the zone on this near side at the point and played it out of the zone by himself for some reason. Back to Martin. Martin dumps it high in the air. It's handled by Mercyhurst. They can't get it out of the zone though. Kyle dumps it toward the net. Picked up by Monteith. Monteith skates behind his own net. 38 seconds to go here in the second period. Pass off the right boards up to Dutra. Dutra takes a slap shot toward the net. It bounces up into the air. Loose in front of the net. And fighting for it there is Lammon. But Nieves comes up with it, plays it up towards center ice. It's picked off by Piacentini. Piacentini gains his own wrist shot, gloved by Steve Racine from the left circle. Racine sure-handed there with 17 seconds to go here in the second period. Still a 4-4 tie, 33-20, the shots counter on this game. It'll be a face-off in the left circle from my vantage point in the Wolverines defensive zone. Ferrero facing off against Nieves. Ref taking his time, drops it. Nieves wins it back to DeYoung. DeYoung plays it behind the net. On the near side, it's Selman playing it up to Connor. Connor gains his own centering pass to Nieves. Has it beyond his 6, throws it in front of the net. It's bouncing around, and it's handled by Brandon Wildung. And now with 6.3 seconds to go in the first period, the Wolverines will have a chance for a final scoring opportunity. The shot's still 33-20 in favor of the Wolverines. It'll be Selman, Nieves, and Connor, along with Wierenski and Downing. Nieves facing off against Lammon. Lammon wins the faceoff. Selman fighting Wu for it, but it'll just be tied up in the far side corner. And that is how the second period will end. The Michigan Wolverines and Mercyhurst Lakers tied at 2 after 1 period and tied at 4 after 2 periods. And we'll be back with you with the third period after another 15-minute recess. We'll see if we can make it a 6-6 and then an 8-8 game eventually. I don't think that's actually possible due to the rules of overtime, but that's neither here nor there. I'll be back with you in about 15 minutes. Until then, stay tuned. Hello and welcome back to WCBN FM Ann Arbor's coverage of Michigan hockey. As a reminder, my name is Morris Fabry. My voice is on its edge because this has been an exciting hockey game so far. We're tied 4-4 after 2 periods here at Yost Ice Arena. If you like offensive hockey, this has been a game for you to watch. And if you like defensive hockey or good goalie as well, this hasn't really been your cup of tea. 4-4 after 2 periods. Steve Racine for the Wolverines has given up 4 goals on 20 shots. Michigan has answered every time they have trailed in this game, though. Tony Calderone with at least 1 goal for the Wolverines. We're going to see shortly on our statistical update whether or not he was credited with that second goal, or with the 4th goal, I should say, for the Wolverines. Judging by the stat sheet, it looks like the freshman Cooper Marody will be credited with that goal for the Wolverines. So your score 4-4 after 2 periods. Nieves opened with a goal 4:45 into the game for the Wolverines. Kyle Cook scored 6:50 into the first period, and Josh Lammon gave Mercyhurst a 2-1 lead after 9:13 in the first period. Kyle Connor on a shorthanded breakaway scored his first goal as a Michigan Wolverine. Well, yeah, his first regular season goal as a Wolverine near the end of the first period to tie the game at 2. Jonathan Charbonneau started off the second period, 12:37 in, to give Mercyhurst the lead. He was quickly answered by Tony Calderone less than a minute later, tying the game at 3. Lancaster scored on a wrist shot from near the point for Mercyhurst to give them a 4-3 lead. And then Cooper Marody tied things up with a wrist shot from just inside that right circle to make it 4-4 in the waning minutes of that second period. Michigan, 2 wins, no losses, and 1 tie in their history against Mercyhurst. The last time these 2 teams played was back in 2010. Giving you a little bit of a history lesson, the Michigan Wolverines took a 4-0 lead in that game and then surrendered 4 straight goals as Mercyhurst was able to tie that one. We got about a minute to go before puck drop to begin the third period. The crowd has been very into this game. Got to cheer a few times on that Marody goal as it was reviewed. Racine back in net for the Michigan Wolverines. Maybe a little bit of surprise, but maybe Red Berenson's just showing some senior tender. Not sure who's going to start the period out there for either team. But I would imagine that it would be Justin Selman's line for the Michigan Wolverines. And as I say that, Justin Selman heads out in front of the bench. So it looks like and then he climbs over the bench. So it probably won't be his line. Shows what I know about hockey. 17, 16, 15 seconds till puck drop. Let's Go Blue played by the hockey band. Lancaster's power play goal, the lone power play tally for either side. Connor's goal was a shorthanded goal. Starting this period on the ice for the Wolverines, Tyler Motte, JT Comfort, Alex Kyle, Zach Wierenski, Michael Downing. Comfort faces off against Lammon, who wins it back over for the Mercyhurst Lakers to Michael Monteith. His pass into the zone cut out. Now Wierenski has it behind the net, plays it up the left boards. Kyle tied up at the point. Winning it back is Dutra to Lammon. Now back into the zone to Lancaster. Lancaster across center ice, dumps it down into the zone. Chasing it down on the far side is Dutra. Stops with it, bodied up by Wierenski. Tied up in that right corner. Tries to play it back behind the Wolverines net. Now he's tying up JT Comfort. Comfort and Steenerth fight for it. Steenerth plays it back to the left point to Wu. Wu across to Piacentini. His shot deflected wide, and now coming up the right boards is Motte. Has it poked away from him, though, by Jeremy Wu. Turns and swings it across ice to Piacentini back in his own zone. Back to Wu. Wu across the blue line, plays it up to Best. Best in the left side, gains his own. Kane Elliott has it poked off to him. Now Wu tries a shot, blocked down, and now going the other way. A 2-on-1 opportunity for the Wolverines. Nieves gains his own. Passes. His pass deflected. The puck still bouncing around, bounces away. Connor tracks down the rebound, plays it back to the point to Boca. Boca's wrist shot blocked down, back out of the zone. It'll be tracked down by Zach Wierenski. Wierenski turns, passes it up to Connor, leaves it off for Nieves. Nieves gains the zone along that right side. Along the right circle, crashes the net hard, loses the puck, though, now throws it back in front of the net. Nobody waiting there for the Wolverines. It'll bounce back off the boards into the Wolverines' defensive zone, where it's tracked down there by Colton Martin. Both sides getting a change. Martin plays it back to Boca. Boca weaving up that left side, passes off the boards to himself, gains the zone, knocks it up along the glass into that left corner, ties up a man. It was Philippe Drouin. Now Drouin plays it over to Charbonneau, who turns back into his own zone, plays it behind his own net across to Drouin, up the side to Cook. Cook plays it towards center ice, streaking into the zone, and losing the puck is Barash. Barash plays it around the net. He's leveled against the boards by Nicholas Boca. Puck now on the left side of the ice. Warren fighting for it, tied up, wins it back across center ice, into the zone along that right side, cuts back to his forehand. He shoots just wide of the net. Puck flicked up along the boards. Going the other way now is Kyle Cook. Mercyhurst with a 3-on-2 if they want. Plays it back now to the center to Charbonneau. Takes a shot, and it's handled by Steve Racine for the save. 17:41 to go here in the third period. Both sides have come out with a lot of energy. 34-22 the shot tally, as we will see a face-off in the Wolverines' defensive zone. On the ice for Mercyhurst, Nathan Ferrero, Michael Verboom, and Tommaso Bucci, the front line. They face off with Stewart and Ferrero. Ferrero wins the face-off, and Monteith throws a soft shot on net, deflected by Racine, and now Ferrero has the puck in the slot, bodied up, it falls over to Lancaster, throws a shot, it's loose in front of the net, cleared back down the ice, not out of the zone by Saccone, but now fighting for it is Allen. Plays it up the left side to Pericos, chasing it down, but Lancaster will get there first, tries to flip it out of the zone, hits Pericos, and now it's along the right side to Saccone. Dumps it down low to Evan Allen. Allen in that right corner, turns with it, plays it, it goes toward the net, where it will be picked up by the goalie, Brandon Wildung. 17-10 to go here in the third period. Still a 4-4 hockey game. 34-24 the shot tally. Both sides taking a line change. Kyle, Motte, Wierenski, Comfort, and Downing on for Michigan. It'll be Comfort facing off in the right attacking circle against number 27, Josh Lammon. Comfort wins it forward, throws it past out in front of the net. It's deflected And the puck is under Wildung, who will hold on to it for another faceoff. Comfer won the faceoff to himself, skated forward, had Kyle streaking in on the far side of the crease, tried to zip it over to him, but Wildung was there. Another faceoff between Comfer and Lammon. Comfer tries the same thing, now plays it back to Motte. Throws a soft shot on net and he scores! Tyler Motte through the traffic. That one almost a looping wrist shot from just inside the slot from that right circle, and Michigan takes a 5-4 lead with 17:03 to go in the third period. That one, it's hard to call that a wrist shot. It's hard to call that anything. It was like a finesse shot with a stick. He lofted that one over the shoulder of the keeper, Wildung, and Michigan has a lead again. Comfort faces up at center ice with Kane Elliott, wins it, skating toward his left, ladles it to himself in the zone, now with the backhand in that left circle, skates behind the net, turns with it, loses the puck, wins it back in that right corner, plays it back to the point to Werenski. Werenski keeps it in the zone, throws a shot on net, it's blocked down, and the puck bounces back out to Downing. Downing plays it at the edge of the zone. Kyle comes up with it. Kyle skates in, leaves it off for Comfort. That pass is intercepted by Taylor Best and flicked down the ice. Downing tracks it down, plays it back up to Kyle at center ice, over to Comfort, gains the zone, waits for his team, stops, dumps it down low to Alex Kyle. Kyle bodied up by a couple of Lakers, loses the puck, but now it's going to be Connor playing it across to Martin at the far side. Martin's pass goes behind Nieves, tried to find him in the center. Nieves back to the point to Boca. His shot, a soft one, saved by Wildung. And now Charbonneau plays it off the boards up the right side. Bodies falling down, and a penalty will be called against the Michigan Wolverines. It was Derek Barash, the intended recipient of the pass. He was tripped up. And I believe that is what the whistle blew for. It'll be Justin Selman, his second penalty of the game. Tripped up Barash. And the Wolverines, just after taking the lead, will be on a 2-minute penalty kill here with 16:07 to go in the third period. It'll be Best facing off against Nieves in that right circle. They win it back. Seenerth does, but it's outside the reach of Lancaster, and down the ice, Lancaster will chase it. Skate back behind his own net, pressured there by Connor. Leaves it off for Drouin. Drouin skates out from behind his own net. Crosses his own blue line up the right side. Plays it around the boards into the zone, tracked down by Best. Leaves it off for Lancaster at the left point. Has some trouble getting the puck off his stick. Plays it up to Seenerth, who is bodied up from behind by Ciccone. And Ciccone sends it down the ice. Wolverines with another change. 1:30 to go on the Selman penalty. Drouin has it behind the net for the Lakers. Taking it out beyond his own blue line. Past center ice, flips it into the zone toward that left corner. Best fighting Ciccone for it. Best throws it up in front of the net. It's loose, and the shot goes just wide. That was Seenerth trying to tie things up. Puck is played back out to the left point to Lancaster. Down low to Seenerth. Dumps it behind the net. Martin trying to find it. Best instead flips it back to Kyle Cook. Cook turns with it. Bodied up by Comfort, who doesn't know where the puck is. Seenerth comes down, but now Ciccone plays it around the boards. Lancaster keeps it in at the left point. Dumps it down low. Martin lost his stick. Puck now on the right point with Drouin. Drouin plays it across ice to Lancaster. Lancaster back to Drouin on the right point. Drouin back toward the center to Lancaster. The one-timer goes wide. Best tracks it down at the far side for Mercyhurst. Turns, plays it back to the right point to Drouin. Drouin skating toward the middle. His shot through traffic saved by Steve Racine. 32 seconds to go on the Selman penalty, and Cutler Martin good vision there by Steve Racine to track that puck down. He didn't have to do much to make the save. It was shot directly at him. Luckily, it did not find an unfriendly stick. Nieves faces off now against Jack Riley in that right circle. Nieves wins it back behind the net to Warren, who turns, smacks it back to the point. It's kept down by Piacentini. Takes a shot, and it's right into the waiting pads of Racine. Makes the save, and now Barash knocked down by Warren after the play. Barash was out in front trying to stir things up. And that took 6 more seconds off the Selman penalty. 14:33 to go in the third period. Michigan still up 5-4. We will see yet another face-off in the Wolverines' defensive zone. This one in the right circle. Jack Riley looking like he will face off against Nieves. And Michael Downing comes up and says some words to Jack Riley. Probably just talking about their plans after the game. Now Downing poking away at Barash on the right wing. Ref tells him to stop, and Downing continues to do so. A little bit of mischief on that far side. Nieves kicked out of the faceoff circle. Warren wins it over to Downing, who lifts it high and all the way down the ice. Puck bounces just in front of the blue line and is handled by Jeremy Wu in front of his own net. He stops with it. Warren harassing him. 12 seconds left on the Selman penalty. Wu passes it up the left side to Barash. Barash gains his own as the puck knocked off his stick by Werenski. Barash behind the net, hit there by Downing. And now Charbonneau tries to throw it in front of the net, comes back with the puck, throws it back toward the right point to Piacentini, over to Wu. Wu harassed by Selman, loses the puck, and now the Wolverines have it going the other way. Warren sends a cross-ice pass, handled by Nieves. Leaves it off to Werenski. Back to Nieves. Tries to throw a pass in front. It's knocked out of the air, bounces behind the net, handled by Mercyhurst, and now going the other way with a bit of speed was Barash, but he hasn't knocked off his stick over to Boca. Boca now passes to Calderone, cutting through the middle, loses the puck, and it's knocked back into the left corner. Calderone plays it back behind the net. Marody fighting for it in the right corner along with Stewart and about 3 Mercyhurst Lakers. Puck being tied up. A lot of bodies down there. Marody tripped up, falls out of there, and coming up with it along the left side is Bucci. Loses the puck over to Boca, and now DeYoung flings it into the zone along that left side. It's handled behind the net by Wildung. Wildung plays it along those right boards. The pass out in front is intercepted by the Wolverines. Can't keep the puck on their stick, though, and now going the other way is Verboom. Verboom gains the zone past Boca along the left side. Stops with it. Turns in the corner, loses the puck. DeYoung has it now for the Wolverines. He is tied up by Bucci. Stewart instead will play it toward the point. It's kept in by the Lakers, but now Marody will come up with it for the Wolverines. He's hit there by Lammon, loses the puck. Verboom plays it back to Lammon. Lammon up the left side, gets around Boca, throws a soft backhander on net, and it's handled by Steve Racine. No rebound there available for Mercyhurst. You'll see another faceoff in the Wolverines' defensive zone. 12:46 to go here in the third period. Still a 5-4 game. The shots tally really rising here for both teams. Michigan 37 shots and 5 goals. Mercyhurst 27 shots and 4 goals. Although they haven't had great opportunities so far, as we are stopping for a TV break and a Jimmy John's freaky fast delivery of the game break. They really should pay me for the kind of advertising I'm doing for them. This kind of airspace is priceless. 12:46 to go here in the third period. Updating you on some stats for the game. You've already heard enough about your goal scorers, but players with assists on either team. Lancaster has an assist. Kyle Cook has an assist. Derek Barash has an assist, and Michael Verboom with an assist for Mercyhurst. This is in lieu of actual analysis of the game going on because I'm a rather crappy analyst, I should say. It'll be face up in the left side of the attacking zone for Mercyhurst. Lammon facing off against JT Comfer. Comfer wins it back. Dutra tries to fight for it, has it behind the net, turns in front of the net, loses the puck. It's tracked down there by Lancaster, fakes a shot, throws it off the boards, down low. Martin trying to fight for it with Lammon. And Lammon wins it, turns with it, shoved up against the corner boards by Ciccone. Ciccone really doing some work down there, wins it out to Motte. Motte now up the right side across center ice, gains the zone, turns, shoots, and it's deflected off a stick, high and out of play. 12:20 to go now in the third period, still a 5-4 game. A lot of stoppages in play, opportunities for these players to get some temporary rest, get some line changes in. Nieves, Connor, Selman, Werenski, and Downing on the ice for the Wolverines. On the other side, facing off will be Kane Elliott. Elliott wins the faceoff over to Drouin, plays it behind his own net around the boards to Best. Best turns with it across his own blue line, tries to send a saucer pass down the ice. It's cut out by Nieves, plays it over to Werenski, who gives it back to Downing. Downing turns with it behind his own net, sheds some defenders. Thought about a pass up the ice, instead turns with it, taking his time in his own zone. Now plays a long pass, deflected by Selman at the Mercyhurst blue line, up and out of play. The puck into the student section, and we will have a face-off right outside the Wolverines' attacking zone on the left side. The line of Nieves, Selman, Connor, Werenski, Downing stays on the ice. Nieves faces off with Barash, wins it back to Downing, over to Werenski, who dumps it into the zone. He'll go all the way around the boards. Piacentini bodied up by Selman. Plays it down low. Nieves now back to the left point to Downing. Downing throws a shot on net. It goes wide. It bounces back toward the right side. Connor comes up within the right circle. His pass deflected. Dangerous pass back by Mercyhurst is sent back down the ice. Werenski plays it towards center ice. Connor now up the right side, gains the zone, stops with it, waits, turns, backhands it down low. Nieves playing with it behind the net, leaves it off for Selman. Selman loses the puck off his stick. Wu takes it away from him. Going the other way now is Charbonneau. Charbonneau's pass to Barash, out of his reach, goes behind the Michigan net. Boca chases it down, plays it up the left boards to Selman. Selman back out to center to Connor. Connor dumps it into the zone. Marody tracks it down in the right corner. Marody behind the net, turns with it, wraparound try, saved by Mercyhurst goalie, Brandon Wildung. It's dumped all the way down the ice. No icing, though. DeYoung tracks it down before it gets by that final line. Up to Warren, back to Marody. Marody across center ice, into that right circle. Skating behind the net, stops with it. Turns, gets it back to the right point to Boca. Boca passes down low to Warren. Warren turns with it. In some space in the right corner, circles back toward the net. Tried to throw a shot high, short side, off the side netting. Selman with the rebound, plays it back to Marody behind the net. Marody skating back toward that right circle. Back to Boca at the point. Boca throws a wrist shot on net. The rebound secured by Wildung after he made the initial save. 10:29 to go in the third period. The Wolverines had some opportunities on that string of play, putting more pressure on the goalie for the Mercyhurst Lakers, Brandon Wildung, the sophomore out of Nassau, Minnesota. A line change for both sides. Perico, Stewart, and Allen the line for the Wolverines. Stewart facing off against Lammon, who plays along with Seenerth. Stewart wins the faceoff. Martin tries a shot from the point. It's knocked down. Now playing it toward the net is Perico's. Allen chases the deflection into the corner, fighting for it. A lot of bodies being tied up. And now going the other way with it is Seenerth. Seenerth across center ice, outpacing Ciccone down the right side. Throws a shot just wide. That shot ricochets all the way around towards center ice, where it is tracked down by Enns. Enns plays it back to Drouin all the way back into his own zone, plays it back behind his own net into that right corner to Best. Best flicks it high down the ice. It'll be tracked down by Martin. Line change for Mercyhurst. Martin long two-line pass up the right side to Allen, who can't handle it. Enns takes it away. Now Wu, a pass up the ice to Elliott. Elliott gains the zone on the right side, throws a shot. Save made by Racine. Bounces up in the air. Riley tracks it down, dumps it behind the net. Best throws it out in front. Nobody there for Mercyhurst. Now Allen ties up Riley, plays it back to the point to Wu. Tried to throw it into the center. The puck taken away from Werenski by Best. Tries to dump it down low, but Werenski intercepts that pass. Throws it across the ice to Ciccone. Ciccone to Kyle. Kyle gives it up to Comfort, who skates past the blue line. Now going into the zone with some speed. A wrist shot by Comfort. The save made. Wu taps it back into that right corner. Werenski pinching down low to keep it in. Now Comfort fighting for the puck. Gives it up over to Kyle in that right corner. Plays it back to the point. Werenski, a slapper. It's saved. Rebound out in front for Comfort. Loose puck. And Comfort falls on it along with Wildung. No harm done by the Wolverines there. The shot counter continues to rise, and now Comfort getting into it with Taylor Best after the play. 9 minutes to go here in the third period. Michigan still with a 5-4 lead, starting to apply the pressure. And Werenski's shot got through some bodies, bounced right out there for Comfort in front. But credit Jeremy Wu. He was in the right place at the right time and tied up Comfort before he could get anything going on goal. Crowd still packed in here at Yost Ice Arena. It seems as though some portions are heading toward the exits right now. Well, I can't imagine why. Not only is it only 9:37, but it's also fall break. I imagine that applies to everybody, not just University of Michigan students. Can't imagine anybody has any obligations until about 3:30 tomorrow, at which point they will plop down on their couches, open up their computers, and tune in to WCBN FM Ann Arbor's broadcast of Michigan football. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. We will have that game call for you on our YouTube channel. You can also stay tuned to our Twitter feed if you want some updates on how that's going. We will be live tweeting that as well. About to get back to the action. Selman, Nieves, and Connor, the line on the ice. It'll be Nieves facing off against Barash. Plays it over to Connor, back to the right point to Werenski. Sends it across ice to Downing. Throws a shot on net. Save made by Wildung. And he is just gently brushed by Justin Selman as he skated across his face. Another face off in the attacking zone for the Wolverines. Another shot on goal registered. Not another goal, though. 8:54 to go here in the third period. Nieves again facing off with Barash. Nieves plays it toward the net. Puck loose in front, but Charbonneau able to body counter off it. Now going the other way is Jonathan Charbonneau. Plays it into the zone. Cook will chase it down, trying to fight Downing for it. Downing ladles it back toward that left corner. Charbonneau whiffs on a whack at it, and Werenski plays it behind the net to Downing. Downing to Connor on that left side. Body up, has it taken away by Barash. Now it's Cook down low, back to, Barash. Barash back to the left point to Enns. His shot on net deflected. Goes wide. Monteith tracks it down, whistles a slap shot high and wide. It goes back to the left point. Enns tries to keep it in. Partially whiffs on it. Nieves taps it back to Werenski, who plays it right back up to Nieves up this right side. Nieves gains the zone. Goes across ice, pass to Connor. Connor out in front. Puck loose. Selman whacking at it. His shot goes off the side of the net. Puck goes around to DeYoung at the left point. Across to Boca at the right point. Back to DeYoung at the center. Over to Nieves on the left side. Back to Boca. One-time shot off a stick and high off the netting, out of play. Justin Selman out in front of the net. If he could have directed that backhand with a little more accuracy, Wildung was not there to make the save. Could have been a game-clinching goal. Brilliant vision by Nieves to find Connor on the other side of the ice. It'll be Marody facing off, wins the face-off. Warren skates toward the middle, has it taken away from him by Piacentini, who plays it down the ice. DeYoung tracks back, plays it over to Boca. Boca on the right boards at his own blue line, tries to pass off the boards, has it taken away by Seenerth. Now a scrum at center ice. Boca comes out with it, tracks back into his own zone. Now a pinpoint pass by DeYoung on the stick of Marody. He throws a shot on that from the slot, goes high and wide. Now Dutra plays it back toward the point. DeYoung whacks at it and plays it toward the net, where it will be gloved by Brandon Wildung. Not a very threatening shot there by DeYoung, but at the very least it keeps the puck in the zone and gives the Wolverines an opportunity for a line change. A whole new cast and crew for the Michigan Wolverines. On the ice for Mercyhurst right now, Taylor Best, Jack Riley, Drouin, Enns, and Mercyhurst wins the faceoff up the left side. It's Riley playing it toward the center to Best. Best can't handle the pass, sends it back toward the center. Martin cuts it out, plays a pass up the right boards to Allen. Slow receiving it. Pass across ice, deflected by Perico. Stewart couldn't handle it. Now Riley going the other way for Mercyhurst along that right side. Cuts toward his backhand. Martin pokes it off the stick and shoves him into the boards. Allen in for Boom fighting for it. Now Allen comes out with it, plays to Stewart at center ice. Stewart into the zone along the right side. Back to Allen. Tried to give it back to Stewart. Little 1-2 game. Stewart has it now behind the net. Thought about throwing it in front of the net. Now gives to Allen, who throws a wrist shot on net. It's bouncing around. Save was made. And flicking it all the way down the ice is Philippe Drouin. Bounced off the boards and back behind the net, where it's tracked down by Werenski for an icing. No line change for Mercyhurst. Their chances fast declining. 6:35 to go in the third period. Michigan winning 5-4. It's been a back-and-forth hockey game. But the most recent goal by Tyler Motte has put the Wolverines ahead for about as long as they have been ahead in this game. In the left circle of the attacking zone, Comfort faces off with Verboom. Comfort wins it back to the left point. Downing throws a shot wide. And Charbonneau flicks it up the left boards, coming up with his best along that left side. Tied up there by Downing, who brings him down. No penalty. Werenski has the puck now. His pass up the right side off the stick of Kyle back into the zone. Now Best has it, tries to center it, and Werenski is right there waiting to pick off that pass. Werenski across center ice, ricochets it off the right boards, back behind the net. It's tracked down by Monteith, who plays it to Lancaster. Lancaster up the left side, quick passes for Mercyhurst across center ice, and in the zone is Cook. Throws a shot wide of net. DeYoung picks up the rebound, throws it up the left side to Motte. Motte's pass cut out by Barash, who plays it back to Wu in his own defensive far corner. Plays it over to Piacentini. Long pass up the right side, misses the stick of the intended target, Kyle Cook, and it will be touched up for an icing by Nicholas Boca. Not a lot has gone on over the course of the last minute and a half of hockey action. 5:43 to go here on WCBN FM Ann Arbor's broadcast of Michigan hockey. Still 5-4 Michigan. Nieves facing off in the left circle with Barash in the attacking zone. They tie each other up. Nieves knocks over Barash. Puck bounces off the boards. Back into that right corner. Piacentini plays it up to Steener. His pass toward Cook at center ice. Cook couldn't come up with it. DeYoung now plays it back to Boca. Up the right side, Connor off the boards. Deflected. Wu comes up with it, sends it back into the Michigan zone, and no icing called for some reason. DeYoung's pass, or Boca's pass, taken away by Steener. Tried to play it back to the point, but that one poked away. And now going the other way is Connor, who loses the puck. Selman tries to dump it in the zone along the left boards. He's tied up in front of the Mercyhurst bench. Puck taken away by Lammon. Plays it up towards center ice to Dutra. Dumps it in down the right side. Lammon will chase it down, fighting there with Boca for position. Puck ricochets back out of that left corner along the left side. DeYoung plays it to Selman. Long pass across ice. Connor can't handle it. Cook knocks it back into the Michigan zone off the left boards. Zacconi tracks down, plays it up the right side off the boards. Puck bouncing around past the ref. Now Verboom in the left circle for Mercyhurst. Skates behind the net. Throws a pass out in front. The puck is loose. The puck bounces wide and into the corner. Marody now plays with it up the right side. He's tied up there by Bucci and Verboom. Zacconi comes out with it. Plays a pass high into the zone on the stick of Warren, who was bodied off of the puck by Ends. Now a long pass up the ice from Mercyhurst, and it's deflected at the blue line. Verboom gains the zone, but Bucci was about 2 feet in front of him, already in the zone. The whistle blows for offsides. 4:23 to go here in the third period. Michigan still a 1-goal lead on the Mercyhurst Lakers. Just a reminder, there will be an opportunity for revenge for the loser of this game, as yet another game will occur on Sunday between these two teams. I think that game's around 5 o'clock or 5:30. You can always check the schedule if you want more details. But we will have that broadcast for you. And I'm not sure that I will be on it, but I know that Zach Shaw, at the very least, will be. Speaking of Zach Shaw, also a member of the Michigan Daily. The Michigan Daily just took on Michigan State's student news section in their annual flag football game. And last I checked, Michigan Daily was poised to win their 11th straight game. So congrats to them. Now Comfort faces off with Elliott. Elliott wins the faceoff. Mercyhurst dumps it into the zone. Downing tracks it down in that left corner. Plays behind the net. Werenski trips over himself. Mercyhurst comes up with the puck now at the left point. Lancaster trying to dump it into the zone. Best plays it down to Riley, who dumps it down low to Elliott behind the net. Back into the corner. Elliott plays it back to the left point. Lancaster keeps it in. Back to Elliott along that left side. Skates back toward the point. Thinks about her wrist shot. Now shoots. Puck bounced down in front of the net. Riley picks it up. Sends it back to the right point. They played across ice. Lancaster, a one-time shot, bounces out. Riley throws it in front of the net. A lot of bodies there. And now Motte picks it up for the Wolverines. Skating across center ice, across the blue line, down the right side, and into the corner. He's tied up, loses the puck. Comes back over the plays it behind the net to Alex Kyle. Kyle back behind the net looking for Comfort. It's taken away by Monteith. And now Comfort Monteith fighting with it. Kyle plays it in the left corner behind the net. Puck bounces out right to Wildung on that right goalpost, and Wildung covers the puck with his glove. 3:27 to go here in the third period. 5-4 Michigan lead. Quick line change from both sides. Nieves, Connor, Selman, DeYoung, and Boca check in. On the other side, it is Barash facing off, along with Piacentini, Wu, Charbonneau, and Cook. Face off back to the blue line. Wolverines struggle to keep it in. Connor dumps it down low to Nieves. Skating down behind the net. Cuts out in front. Lost the puck, though. It's bouncing around at that post and covered up again by Wildung. 3:15 to go here in this third period, and perhaps the game time. Not the ally of the Mercyhurst Lakers. There'll be another face-off in that attacking zone. Wildung taking a minute to skate around and keep his legs loose. Seen plenty of action today. Nieves again facing off. Loses the face-off. Back toward the point, but Connor keeps it in. Nieves dumps it down low. Wu comes up with it for the Lakers. Plays it around the net. Over to Cook. Cook's pass intercepted by Nieves before it got to the point. Now Cook turns, backhands it out towards center ice. DeYoung flings it into the zone along the left boards. Tracks all the way around to the right side. The puck deflected now, and Connor has it poked off of him. Would have been alone in front of net. Now Kyle Cook going the other way. Tried to cut back in front of DeYoung. He knocked it off of his stick. Connor fighting for it along the right boards, loses it, flicked up in the air. Boca fighting with Barash for it. Barash loses it, but now Cook whips it, attempt to get it into the zone, and Boca pokes it back to Tyler Enns. Enns a cross ice pass. Calderone had his stick lifted, but DeYoung comes up with it, dumps it back down into the zone. Drouin tracks it down, plays it back to Enns. Fighting for it is Nieves. He can't come up with it. Now going the other way is Mercyhurst. Pass down the right side to Senior. Gains his own centering pass, whacked away by Marody. Dutra was in the area. Now in the right corner, Marody comes up with it for the Wolverines. Pass out towards center ice, deflected away by Lammon. Senior tracking back into his own zone, dumps it back to Drouin. Over to Dutra. Dutra off the left board. Senior tries to center it, finds Lammon. Puck bouncing around. Lammon throws a shot on net. Save made by Racine with that left pad. Back toward the left point, Drouin tried to keep it in the zone. It's knocked down, and now Dutra has it, throws it toward the net. Racine pushes it aside with ease. 1:40 to go in the game. Potentially. Werenski has it, dumps it back to Downing in his own zone. Downing pass up the left boards, up to Comfort. Flicks it back down into Mercyhurst's zone. The Wolverines get a change. Playing it behind the net is Lancaster. Lancaster over to Monteith, who sends a long pass down the ice looking for a man along those right boards. Couldn't find him and will go all the way around for an icing. 1:22 to go here in this third period. Michigan still leading 5-4. The shot counter, 46 for the Wolverines, 30 for the Mercyhurst Lakers, who will have to pull their goalie soon. Facing off will be Nathan Ferrero against JT Comfort. Comfort kicks it back to the left point to Martin, who dumps it down low. Lancaster plays with it, bodied up by Motte, loses the puck. But now Mercyhurst plays it into the corner. Nobody's there except Tyler Motte. Back out to Comfort. Comfort fighting with it behind the net. Turns, pass in front of the net, handled by Kyle. A wrist shot just high. And now going the other way is Mercyhurst. They flick it up over the glass and out of play. And I think that may be a delay of game. Or rather, maybe it was deflected. It was Monteith trying to clear the puck for the Lakers. And I think the refs are going to confer and discuss things, but I think we will see even strength hockey at the time being. Timeout on the ice. And I would imagine that is a timeout called by Mercyhurst head coach Rick Godkin, or perhaps one called by Michigan head coach Red Berenson. Hard to tell. Either way, about 50 seconds remaining in the minute timeout. Everybody heads to the bench, except for Steve Racine. This does include the goalie, Brandon Wildung. Perhaps they are discussing strategy as to when precisely Mercyhurst is going to pull their goalie, whereas Racine has no such concerns for the time being. Racine, an island, left alone with his thoughts right now, staring down at the ice, contemplating the meaning of hockey, the meaning of life, why we are all on this earth. But I'll have to think about that stuff a little later. 58.5 seconds to go in the third period. Nieves facing off in that right attacking circle against Taylor Best. Best wins the faceoff, flings it around the boards. Someone tries to play it back into the zone. It's handled by Piacentini, sends it around the boards, and now a long pass up the ice handled by Riley. Riley is centering pass to Dutra. Dutra tripped up as he tried to cut down the center. Somebody had his stick whacked away, and now Connor flings it back to center ice. The net is empty. Selman throws it down the ice just wide, and he was a bit past center ice, so it's going to go for an icing. Justin Selman going for glory, but perhaps should have taken the touch to get it, a couple feet forward so it wouldn't be an icing if he missed. Mercyhurst with 6 men on the ice. Senior, Best, Cook, Riley, Lancaster, and Drouin. Face off in their right attacking circle. It'll be Nieves going up against Best. 34.5 seconds to go in the game. Nieves wins the faceoff. Downing turns. Flicks it back toward the right point. It's kept in by the Lakers. Puck ricochets back to Downing. Tries to flick it up that right side. Handled by Selman. Selman dumps it down the ice. Lancaster will chase it down along with Connor. Lays it up to Drouin. Drouin loses the puck. Connor takes it from him. Backhands it and scores. Kyle Connor, an empty net goal. his second of the game, his second as a Wolverine, and made it look pretty easy, but it didn't look like he had any clue where the net was, just backhanded it blindly as he won the puck in Mercyhurst defensive zone. 6-4 is your score right now, and more than likely that will be your final score with 15.9 seconds to go in the third period. So it was a shaky game for the Wolverines, but one in which they will probably emerge triumphant. Marody faces off against Barach. Marody wins it. DeYoung passes it up to Marody, who dumps it into the zone. Tracking it down is Drouin. 6 seconds to go in the game. Drouin flicks it around the boards. Puck bouncing around. A pass up the left side is not find its target. The horn sounds, and that will do it here from Yost Ice Arena. The Michigan Wolverines victorious, beating the Mercyhurst Lakers 6-4 in the first of what will be a 2-game series here at Yost Ice Arena in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Goal scorers on this day for the Wolverines. Kyle Connor had 2 goals for Michigan. Nieves with 1, Tyler Motte with a goal, Tony Calderone, and Cooper Marody. That is 3 freshmen on the board for the Wolverines in their first game at Yost Ice Arena. The future definitely bright for the Maize and Blue. A tumultuous game, not Steve Racine's best, not the defense's best game, but it's definitely one they can learn from and be happy that they can walk away from with a win. Racine, to his credit, solidified in that third period, weathered a barrage of shots from Mercyhurst, and came out unscathed. I think that's just about all we'll have for you today for WCBN from Yost Ice Arena. I'm Morris Fabry, and for everybody else here in this arena, I will leave you with a good night and a Go Blue. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you tomorrow.